Hi, I'm Sean Rugstad, Caldwell Banker Realty. I'm out of the Glenview, Illinois office. I left Caldwell Banker a time of transition, thinking that the grass was greener on the other side. I was gone for 2 years and I realized right away I had made a mistake. I love the culture of Caldwell Banker. It's built around the agents. That's something that I felt I was missing before. They promote success by everybody working together. Everybody can network. Everything about the company is the best.
And welcome to the 2024 LVOG semifinal matchup between the Rough Riders and the Miracle Men Sons of Pitches. Sounds like I just swore, but I didn't, and that's what makes it funny. We're here on a beautiful night. I am your host, Ryan Peschke, along with my co-host, Brandon Robertson, for a beautiful night of LVOG softball. And the excitement can be felt in the air. Wouldn't you say so, Brandon?
Absolutely. I mean, this is what we live for, is first day of spring, playoff game, 80-degree weather. We had a tough season of rainouts, wind. It was cold. This is probably the most beautiful night we've had all year, and it's a perfect night to get it started against, arguably, in my opinion, the two best teams.
It really is. Unfortunately, the weather has played a very big factor in the seedings and the records, and specifically the stats. The pitchers who you thought were the best pitchers got blown up this year because we had a lot of wind games, a lot of cold games, and now we finally get to the playoffs. We finally see some good softball weather. So it'll be fun to see if these two pitchers, who are both predominantly very good, can kind of settle in and make this a low-scoring game.
It's pretty windy. Both pitchers are really high ball throwers, so I'll be interested to see if guys start taking walks on them early, if they can find the strike zone early. That would be the biggest indicator of who's going to hold the fort down. Traditionally, Noche is a Cy Young winner the last few seasons, so we get to see him tonight. And then Matt Stubbe, who has come into his own as one heck of a pitcher. I mean, it's just going to come down to who can find the strike zone, in my opinion, because playoffs, we see double the amount of walks during playoff games. You need runners in scoring positions, because both of these teams are high energy but big defensive teams too.
And we'll get into the statistic a little bit later. I think we're going to get ready to start here. Matt Stubbe will pitch it off for the Rough Riders against Chris Bonds, a rookie for the Sons of Pitches. Stubbe actually had statistically the least amount of walks that scored this season, while Noche on the other end had the most. Oh, big swing and miss from Chris Bonds. I'm wondering if this pressure playoff situation might be a little bit too much for the rookie. Yes, it is.
Wow.
A swinging strikeout.
Wow.
That is surprising to see. Bonds has been a consistent player all year long. Lots of line drives. Really, really good player. An unbelievable hitter, actually. So to see him go down swinging, that's interesting.
It's pretty shocking for a leadoff guy to go down swinging that early. I think it's his first playoff game ever in LVOG. Maybe a little bit of nerves. I think he's been out a few weeks. Big hit.
That's what Bo White does. Turns the gas on, runs into second. Oh, off the bag. John Ryder keeps the tag on. And Bo's aggressiveness is a little bit too much for the second out.
That's what Bo does, though. He turns a basic single for 85 guys in the league into a double every time.
He led the league in doubles.
I got to tell you, heck of a throw by Pete Canalia from right field, too.
Very, very good throw. And a great job by the shortstop, John Ryder, to stick with it.
Oh, man, John Ryder.
Big line drive out to John Ryder for the third out. Stubbe coming out with a gem so far.
Isn't that putting the cart before the horse?
Yep.
You're not supposed to do that.
Nowadays, you have to, especially in the housing market, where you need to get a mortgage before you find the house. That's why with the Get Committed program from Compass Mortgage, you'll have a fully underwritten loan commitment that stands out even amongst cash offers. Not to mention, once you find the perfect home, you could close in as little as 15 days. Hey, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
You're pretty big on horse metaphors, huh?
Nay.
On the big.
And we're back. What a first top of the inning.
Actually, a shocking inning. Strikeout, overrunning second base, and then a line drive to John Ryder. Man, how agile is John over at short?
I got to tell you, he has been a very big surprise for me playing shortstop. I didn't think he was going to be able to do it, but he has been a very, very good player there. I would rank him in the top 3 in shortstops.
I'm going to give the nod to John Ryder as my personal MVP of the league.
Not too hard to do when his stats were so significantly better than everybody else that he was like 400 percentage points higher on his OPS compared to the next second best player out of 108 guys. And he played shortstop.
And you and I both played with Holtz. And Holtz and him had similar stacks, except John had 12 additional home runs.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
Now, Holtz did lead the league in average and on base percentage. We're back out of the action. Noche pitching to Mr. Josh Weinberg, who John Ryder likes to call Lieutenant Weinberg. He is like a lieutenant on a team. He's been a captain before. And he's getting to see firsthand this high ball from Noche.
Yeah, he's very picky at the plate. He loves to go opposite field.
Yeah, we'll have to see how many oppo hitters we have on this Rough Rider team and how busy Rob Nanny's going to be in that right field. There's the first walk. Noche is going to have to figure this wind out, which is kind of hard to do when you're such a high ball pitcher like he is. We have other pitchers who like to do like a low ball spin. They like to come in from the side. There's certain pitchers like myself, Noche, who really like to go with the high ball. And when it's windy out, it can really affect your ability to be accurate. So now, do you think this home run right now is going to hit over the tower, hit the tower, or land on Milwaukee?
I actually don't think John will be looking for a home run. I think he'd be looking to put Josh over at third and let his brother do the cleaning up. If I was him, it'd be kind of a rally killer. Just like that.
That is a play that has to be made by Trent Clement over at shortstop. Also a very good short. We do not have a lack of talent at shortstop in this league.
That was a missile.
That was a very hard hit ball, and it does look like Trent was looking right into the sun. Be interesting to see how I score that later this.
Here comes big Matt Ryder, rookie.
Another rookie. Let's see if he's a little bit, the situation's too big for him. Ground ball to shortstop, force out at third base. Mr. Bob gives them the out. The force out is in play. Josh Weinberg is hoping for a replay of it. Unfortunately, in this league, we do not have replays to overturn calls. Most of the guys wish we did.
Matt Ryder still trying to bring New Balance cleats back into fashion.
That was Trent Clement to John DeWeird over at third base for the force out.
You know, Ryan, I'm a big fan of Zagorski.
Zagorski, I think, has been pretty much the Gold Glove winner over at third. He's got a little bit of a roller off the edge right now. That does look like a strikeout. So for those watching from home, if you have 2 strikes on yourself and you end up hitting the ball foul, we do count that as an out just to kind of keep the game moving along. Now, I can't really tell from here who this is. B-Rob, do you happen to know who's hitting right now?
All right, this is Big Ryan Jackson, who's been out for a few weeks. He had a pinched nerve in his lower back, so he's a little, I imagine, a little rusty. He had a hard time walking last week, but he's toughening it out here. Ryan Jackson, top 10 in home runs. Tomahawk shots to left field, winds blowing out. I could see him hitting a bomb here.
He does like the high ball. Noche does appear to want to stay away from him. Ground ball to shortstop. Nothing Trent can do with it. Great job saving a run by getting to that ball, though. That's 2 big sluggers that had ground balls to the infield for this Rough Rider team, who, to be honest with you, has really had all of their success with the long ball home runs. So for them to be able to be held to the ground ball, that's what Noche does. He makes these big sluggers end up grounding balls and keeping that ball in the yard.
In my opinion, Jared McCougan's up to bat. I think he was the best pick of the draft where he went.
Another rookie. Nobody knew who he was, what he could do. He ended up getting picked in the 10th round. And he ended up having an OPS that was good enough for, I believe, the 2nd round. He hits a ball to right field. Rob Nanny plays it on a bounce, gets the ball back into Chad Friend, who rushes the ball in. 2 runs score. John Ryder and his brother Matt Ryder end up getting on the board. We've got 2nd and 3rd now with 2 outs. That's an unfortunate hit. Jared really just tried to put that ball in play. Nice, easy little hit to the outfield. That's what he needed to do. Now Noche's pitching to Mr. Matt Chango. He is a veteran of this league. I am surprised to see him swing through that first pitch, but it goes to show you how hard it is to hit Noche. He puts the ball in play, ground ball to Trent. Trent over to Aiden Lucas at first base with the force out.
Go to break.
And we're going to go away to a break now, but when we come back, the Sons of Pitches will be up.
Getting in a bike crash is painful, and to add insult to injury, insurance companies don't want to compensate you fairly for all you've been through. The attorneys at Keating Law Offices are national leaders in bike accident cases with a history of success. We're available for free legal consultations with no obligation. There are never any attorney's fees unless we win your case. Contact us anytime. We are here to help.
And we're back. We've got Ryan Yosei over at first base for the Sons of Pitches. He is an OG player from the first season that we played. We've got at second base Mitch Greenwald, a rookie this year, although he has played with LVOG in the past, subbing. John Ryder at shortstop. Brian Zagorski at third. As we've talked about, Gold Glove material there. Matt Stubbe pitching, Matt Chango catching. We've got Matt Ryder in left field. We've got Josh Weinberg playing left center. A lot of times he'll come in and rove. We've got Ryan Jackson in right center, and you'll get Pete Canalia in right field.
It's a good, solid outfield.
Absolutely. 2 of those guys in the outfield have been managers before. They've been in the league long enough to know where these guys hit. Up to bat is Trent Clement. He was the predominant MVP last year. Number 1 pick. Couldn't go wrong. Had to pick him. And he's a guy that you want to have on your team in the playoffs here. He's a guy that led the league in home runs last year, led in OPS. He ended up struggling a little bit more this year. He was 15th best OPS this year. But with the crazy weather we've had, it was hard for any of these guys to get into a groove. And we see Matt Stubbe pitch around him. Pretty smart move. They put him on first base. You got to force out and play now at second.
Yeah, Clemens, 199 OPS. Guy I hate facing pitching.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable athlete.
Another swing through. This must be a scenario where both teams are having trouble seeing that ball come in. Maybe the wind is knuckling the ball a little bit. Ball's in play, out to left field. Matt Ryder gives it a chase. It's off the fence. He gets the ball into Weinberg, who's going to relay it over to John Ryder. The run scores from first. John DeWeer with a big double to get the Sons of Pitches on the board.
I got to tell you, DeWeer has been hammering the ball this season.
He was good.
He is so underrated. Great third baseman, too.
Very good third baseman. He's got hands like a god over at third. Pat Clifford's up to bat now. Lefty. Puts the ball in play. Gets past lunging Mitch Greenwald. Ryan Jackson gets the ball back into Matt Stubbe to help keep the run at third base. We've got first and third. Nobody out. And Matt Stubbe is starting to feel a little bit of pressure here.
And Clifford had a heck of a season last season, too.
He did. A guy who can go all fields. Now, Chad Friend, another player who's been playing with us since the first season. A big baseball guy. His kids all play travel ball. He always shows up looking like he's ready to go. Gets the ball in play. John Ryder bobbles the ball. Thought about trying to go for the double play, but Chad Wheels Friend was able to get to first in time. Another run scores. It's now tied up 2-2.
2-2. Chad Friend, another thing about Chad Friend, defensively can play all 7-8 positions, too.
And no better guy in the league to give you, to do a root canal for you.
That is a fact.
Than Mr. Chad Friend.
Perfect hit for Mike Moylan. Oh, gets underneath Weinberg's glove. Jackson's got to pull it in. Throws it to short.
Huge double for Mr. Moylan. That is a play that you love to see be made by the end of the order there. When those guys are hitting, that's going to be trouble for any pitcher.
It looks really difficult to see the ball from second base.
Rob Nanny up, another lefty for this team.
This could be trouble in right field. The sun is blaring down on him.
Lieutenant Weinberg is pulling in the right field. He thinks it's going to be a pop-up to right. It does end up being a grounder to right. Stubbe
Nice
takes
play.
it himself, gets the out at first. High five from Nanny to me.
Bare hands it. Great play by Stubbe.
It's an underrated advantage when you have a pitcher that can field the position well. I don't seem to be able to do it. I kind of just throw the ball. I'm looking for the strike. My mind kind of wanders. I don't keep my head in the game like some of these other pitchers who are cat-like reflexes and are in a ready position. I'm always yelling at my son during travel ball to be ready, creep step. When you're playing the infield, and I go out there and I pitch, and I'm sitting in the infield with my eyes just watching the ball, and it goes right past me, and my infield's looking at me like, bro, could use some help here.
I mean, Noche, I got to tell you, not only one of the best pitchers in the league, the knock on Noche is the bat. The knock on Noche is the bat, putting the ball out of the infield. But he looked, he got it, he took a walk.
He's smart enough to know that he needs to get on base and turn that lineup over with Chris Bonds coming back up. In fact, Noche and Stubbe have had a little bit of a pitching rivalry. Stubbe was a little upset that Noche went so low in the draft. Big fly ball out to Jackson in center. Unfortunately, he drops the ball. It looks really sunny out there. He's got his glasses on. That looks like a big-time error for center fielder Ryan Jackson. Chris Bonds ends up on third. The walk by Noche ends up paying off huge. They score another run.
And Noche got around the bases quick. He lost about 20 pounds in the offseason,
Did he?
too. Yeah.
Hard to believe with how many cigarettes he smokes.
Bo White is playing out of his mind this year.
He really is. He's had a really great year. I was on his team last year, and we played great up until the playoffs when we actually went up against Noche, who shut us down. So what did Bo go out and do this year? He just went out and got Noche so he wouldn't have to face him in the playoffs. And look what he's been doing. He's been having a great year.
God, he hits the ball so
big
hard.
hard hit ball through the infield over to Canalia. They hold Bo to a single, which is very hard to do.
I'm impressed by Pete's arm, to be honest with you.
It's been good. He's been a good right fielder. I've seen him play third base. He plays a good third base.
Yeah, he's athletic.
Yeah.
CrossFit guy.
Is he?
Yeah.
Interesting. Aiden Lucas up now. This is the Sons of Pitch's big-time slugger. He basically either hits a home run or a single. Let's see what he does here. The count is now 1-1. Oh, big fly to left field. Lieutenant Weinberg watches it fly over the fence. That's what sluggers do. That's why you take this guy in the first or second round. Get up there and hit bombs.
What an absolute smash. Aiden Lucas, so quiet. Gets up there, homer or single.
Black socks, red shoes. Goes by the beat of his own drum. And usually that beat is sending the ball over the fence.
You know what I noticed about Aiden, though? College baseball player, kind of settled into how to hit a softball, though.
We've seen that with a bunch of players.
Yeah, a lot of these guys that played baseball, they're just settling. Like McKenna, we haven't talked about him yet because he's not playing tonight, but played at Arizona. And towards the end of the season, you can see him waiting, being more patient, settling into the ball. And those are the guys that are just going to absolutely smash in the coming years.
Mike Folan, another player who played at Northwestern, came into the league and just couldn't seem to keep the ball in play. He would pull it foul over the fence, but foul a lot. Finally, he straightened that thing out. Here's a deep fly to left field by Trent Clement, the other slugger for the team. Unfortunately, the warmer weather today holds the ball in play. Matt Ryder makes the squeeze. Bo White feeling good. Feeling good.
Good inning by the...
Hi, I'm Sean Rugstad, Caldwell Banker Realty. I'm out of the Glenview, Illinois office. I left Caldwell Banker a time of transition, thinking that the grass was greener on the other side. I was gone for 2 years and I realized right away I had made a mistake. I love the culture of Caldwell Banker. It's built around the agents. That's something that I felt I was missing before. They promote success by everybody working together. Everybody can network. Everything about the company is the best.
All right, and we're back. Ryan Yosei's up to the plate, looking for a big hit here. See if he can get on base, just like Noche did, to give his team a little bit of an extra cushion here in runs. Big hit, line drive to the gap. That's the best hit we've seen. And it goes to the wall. Yosei's looking for third. He's going to try and stretch it. And unfortunately, the ball is dropped by a very good third baseman.
Yeah, we just got done talking about how DeWeer's been so solid over at third. Perfect throw.
Nobody out. I don't know that Yosei needs to end up on third with the the order that's coming up. But hey, now a big pop fly gives him a sack run, and I personally love the aggressiveness. I'm a captain that likes to tell my guys to be aggressive. We got a ball on the ground to DeWeer. He grounds out to first base. Pete seems to be unhappy with Yosei for not scoring on that. We'll see if that creates any drama. We might need to have a field reporter go over and maybe ask them about that in a couple innings from now.
All right, chasing 6 here. Mitch is going to be extremely picky here. They know they need base runners here.
Something that your forward scouts need to know is that Mitch is pretty fast. He's probably going to put the ball on the ground to the left side, but a lot of guys play him too far back, and he ends up being able to get to first when he's not hurt.
Yeah, man, that's what No Shade does best, man. He just changes the angles.
As an 11th place hitter, you cannot be swinging at those kind of balls, especially in the playoffs. He puts the ball in play. It's on the ground. Unfortunately, it goes left. It is a strikeout. Mitch is not happy with himself. Lieutenant Weinberg tries to pump him up with a little bit of a high five. We got Matt Stubbe now, who, to your point, has actually hit the ball pretty good this year.
Absolutely. But I will tell you, as a pitcher, it is very difficult. You're dialed in. All you care about is pitching. Then you got to get in, schlep over there, and try to hit the ball. It is hard to do both.
I cannot focus on both pitching and hitting at the same time. Oh, Stubbe puts the ball in play. DeWeird has a big error over at third base, and Stubbe hustles out and it gets to first. Great job, Stubbe.
I think we put the jinx on DeWeird.
I think we did too. But you know what? It takes a guy hustling out of the box to make that a safe play too.
Here's another flyer here. This kid can run. He's a rocket.
I'm calling a base hit to right. You know he's looking for it. Bonds is playing him for it. He might actually pull the ball to left now that the outfield has shifted him to the right.
And he does
Nope,
it.
he goes to his right. Aiden makes the play, gets the ground out, and that's the end of the inning. And we're
Isn't that putting the cart before the horse?
Yep.
You're not supposed to do that.
Nowadays, you have to, especially in the housing market, where you need to get a mortgage before you find the house. That's why with the Get Committed program from Compass Mortgage, you'll have a fully underwritten loan commitment that stands out even amongst cash offers. Not to mention, once you find the perfect home, you could close in as little as 15 days.
Hey, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. You're pretty big on horse metaphors, huh? Nay.
And we're back, and we have an update from our awesome field reporter, Kinsley, here.
All right, I'm Kinsley Relaford reporting live for the Sons of Pitches versus Rough Riders games. We just finished the bottom of the second, and excitement is definitely building up here in the park. I was sitting in the bleachers. Fans are definitely excited. You can just feel anticipation among the crowd. What we saw going into the first was a slow start for the Sons of Pitches, 3 back-to-back strikeouts. The bottom of the first, a hit out to left with bases loaded brought in 2. With the Sons of Pitches having 6 runs to the Rough Riders 2, I believe. We definitely have a numbers game here. Looking forward to seeing what the rest of the game holds. Back to you.
Thanks, Kinsley. All right, first play up. DeWeird hit a high fly ball to Josh Weinberg for an out. Now we got Pat Clifford up. Hard-hitting lefty. Stubbe having a little trouble trying to find the plate here. This wind is pushing over to the right here.
Yeah, it's a little bit windy today, Brandon, and because of that, that's why most of the outfielders are back towards the warning track. It's going to carry tonight. I'm surprised they're not playing to right field with the lefty. Most of the lefties are going to pull in this league.
Okay, walk Pat. Okay, one down, Pat Clifford on first. Big single by Chad Friend. Clifford over to third, Friend on first. One out. Mike Moylan up to bat.
Moylan with the big hit last time he was up to bat. He really helped keep that rally going. It's given them the 8-2 lead so far. If the Sons of Pitches can tack on a few more here, it could really help distance and demoralize the Rough Riders. This is the end of the lineup. We have Clifford, Chad, Moylan, and Nanny, and then Noche probably up after that. Moylan with a big base on balls there. That's 2 for 2 on base. Huge play for into the lineup.
Stubby having a little bit of trouble finding the plate now. The wind is really kicking in here.
This is the problem with pitching. You start missing the plate, so you start flattening your pitches out, and guys end up launching them. Ball on the ground, up the middle. Weinberg playing shallow, gets the force out at second base. What a play. These Rovers live for plays like that.
Wow. What a catch by Ryder, too.
That was a missile from Weinberg from not far away, and Ryder bent down to grab that thing. Quite the glove.
You have 2 down.
2 down, big force out. A run, I do believe, did score. Oh! Chango letting it drop, so that Stubby gets to the strikeout instead of the pop out. Very nice of him as a catcher.
Hi, I'm Sean Rugstad, Caldwell Banker Realty. I'm out of the Glenview, Illinois office. I left Caldwell Banker a time of transition, thinking that the grass was greener on the other side. I was gone for 2 years, and I realized right away I had made a mistake. I love the culture of Caldwell Banker. It's built around the agents. That's something that I felt I was missing before. They promote success by everybody working together. Everybody can network. Everything about the company is the best.
Okay, and we're back.
John, don't put baby in the corner, Ryder. Fun fact about John Ryder, he's the youngest of 8 brothers. They grew up in Florida. He slept in a quadruple bunk bed in a makeshift bedroom in the garage. That's how many kids they had in their family. And look how good he is now because of it. All those big brothers beating up on him. Now he's able to come to Glenview, Illinois, and be the best player in the beer league, over 40-year-old softball league. Quite the accomplishment in life.
His older brother's up to bat. I talked to John Ryder's dad a couple weeks ago, and he told me his kids just absolutely lived on the diamond growing up in Florida, played year-round ball. Said John was the best of all of them.
Well, it shows, you know. That's how it always goes. The youngest always ends up being the best. But Matt Ryder, with the wind blowing out, is no slouch himself.
Matt Ryder's the athletic director over at Maine South.
He is, yes. And on the Tuesday nights, he puts on a knee brace and comes out and plays old man softball. Big line drive to center field. Chris Bonds is there. He gets the ball in, station to station. That's what you want. This is a big win for Noche. These might be hits, but to be honest with you, if you're keeping John Ryder and Matt Ryder station to station, that is a huge win. Now he needs to go to work and get Zagorski to either have a force out or a strikeout or limit the damage. What he does not want here is a bases clearing gapper.
Oh, no.
There's a pop-up by Zagorski to Trent. Unfortunately, not what you're looking for here. Here's your boy, Ryan Jackson. I understand you've been to his lake house.
Many, many times.
Wow.
I'll tell you right now,
you guys should probably go to the batting cages instead of the lake houses. That's not what we want here for the Rough Riders, big-time sluggers.
I made a lot of early trades to get Ryan on my team many times. He's one of my favorite players to ever play with, inside joke of the league. But he's one of the best teammates I've ever had.
Just a great guy. Great family.
Oh, no, a strikeout.
Unfortunately, a big strikeout. Noche really dealing here. It's demoralizing when these big sluggers can't do what they normally do. But here comes Jared McColgan. This is the easy line drive hitting, steady force that they needed to have come up to the plate with a couple guys on base. Oh, man.
Noche is dialed in right now.
This is what I'm talking about. I took a lot of heat for saying Noche is a... Listen, I said I would take him in the 4th round. I said if he could produce the stats he did in the fall, he was worthy of a 1st-round pick. That's how important this position is. And when you can pitch like this, it is way more valuable than coming up and hitting 4 home runs in a game. To get Jared McColgan to strike out.
Wow. He is dialed in.
That is multiple strikeouts in this inning. We'll be back after this break.
Isn't that putting the cart before the horse? Yep. You're not supposed to do that.
Nowadays, you have to, especially in the housing market, where you need to get a mortgage before you find the house. That's why with the Get Committed program from Compass Mortgage, you'll have a fully underwritten loan commitment that stands out even amongst cash offers. Not to mention, once you find the perfect home, you could close in as little as 15 days.
Hey, can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. You're pretty big on horse metaphors, huh? Nay.
And we're back. First play of the game. Johnny calls Chris Bonds out at first. Big play. This is what the Rough Riders needed to steady their nerves, get a little bit of confidence back after this unfortunately slow start.
That Riders just putting the team on his back right now, play after play at shortstop.
Bo White back up here. Odds are he's going to hit a double. Despite being thrown out, going for second in the first inning, and despite only getting a single last inning, this guy has been afterburning when he gets a hit and running into second base.
I'd say 80% of the league are transient guys throughout the years that came to Chicago to work. Bo's not one of them. He's a hometown kid.
Yep. Part of a group of guys that like to call themselves the Fun Boys. Base hit to right field. There he goes. Take it off for second base again. Slide it in there, doing what he does. Ryan Jackson has been moved to third. McColgan has gone to right center. Weinberg is still in left center. And that is a big, big play in this inning. 1 out. Aiden Lucas steps to the plate.
And Bo White led the league in doubles, 16 during the regular season.
Truly unbelievable.
Oh, man, what a smash.
almost hits the camera guy in center field. Weinberg plays it off the fence. Bo trots into home. Aiden replaces him on second base. And the Sons of Pitches are doing what they've been doing all game long, and that's just scoring runs.
Here comes Big Trent Clement.
Keep forgetting that Trent is even the other slugger on this team. You see Bo step in the plate, then you see Aiden step up, and then all of a sudden Trent steps into the box. It just doesn't seem fair. Line drive to left field. Matt Ryder gives way to Josh Weinberg, who gets the ball in very quickly. Back to Stubby, the pitcher. Trent Clement held to a single. That is a big win for Stubby there. This is what you like to see as a pitcher. You like to see your outfield getting that ball into second base as quick as possible. If you can hold these guys to singles, that is how you win these games.
I mean, holding Trent to a single's a win.
Oh, huge. I've always been of the belief that limiting slugging or producing slugging is the way to victory. If
then you let guys like, if you're on that team and you let guys like John do the damage.
Yeah. You get on base, let John DeWeerd come up and clear the bases. John's been having a great year. I don't know if it's the bats, if he's been working out, if something just clicked, but he's really been crushing.
He's found his groove.
Could be his patience, right? As a pitcher, you throw 3 balls, all of a sudden you're feeling tighten up a little bit. You throw a little flat meatball, guys jump up and crush it.
But John's good golfer, good paddle player. He's a good athlete.
And another great guy. Big base hit to left field. Unfortunately, Lieutenant Weinberg knew he was going to be hitting it there. We do have spray charts on all the players in the league. Weinberg knew exactly where to place him. That was a big, big out by Weinberg, who's considered to be one of the better rovers in the league.
Definitely. You know what I like about Clifford, though, is he can put it anywhere.
He really can.
Everywhere.
He looked like he was trying to go opposite field there. Unfortunately, he hit it foul. But if you look at the outfield, they are not shifting him. To your point, they know his spray chart shows all over the field. And they know it's better to try to play him evenly rather than trying to overload one particular side.
The Rough Riders made some defensive changes here. They pulled Mitch, put Pete over at second, and now Ryan's out in right field.
I personally am not a big fan of moving guys around positions. We talked about how Cornelia had played that right field very good, had a very strong arm out there, settling into playing some good defense, and then all of a sudden you rip him out and take him to the infield. We got a pop-up from Clifford, right over to John Ryder. Stubby gets this team out of the inning. Let's see if they can put some runs on the board. We'll be back after this.
Feeling bullied by your bank?
You know there's a fee. That loan application looks complicated.
Any help?
Not really a math guy.
I hope you enjoyed our new hold music.
Last question, what high school did you go to?
Lincoln South?
Dude,
we totally crushed you guys.
At Wintrust, we take a different approach. Whether it's banking solutions, a new home, or financial planning, our local experts are ready to help. Wintrust, different approach, better results.
What are you?
And we're back. We've got Noche back on the mound. We just saw Matt Rice limping off the field. He hurt himself in like the 3rd week. Unfortunately, had a pretty serious injury. Ended up needing surgery. He actually had a really good year to start. It's unfortunate that he went down. He's actually not going to be able to play next season either. He's going to be shelved until next year. Back at the action, Matt Chango rips one to the left. John DeWeerd finally found the right glove. I think he might have been playing with an outfielder's glove. Forgot which glove was his. Seems to have found the right one and is back to playing, making those really spectacular plays.
That's a huge out, though.
Our game changer keeps track of first batter outs.
Wow.
And it's really a cool stat to kind of think about. Getting that first out with the first guy up to bat just pays dividends throughout the inning. Oh, Ryan Yosei, after having a huge hit earlier in this game, strikes out looking. That's got to sting.
The wind's died down a lot.
Canalia with a drive into center field. They were playing him shallow. He's on the races. He's going around second. Bo White throws the ball in way offline. It gets past a couple guys. Aiden Lucas now has Canalia in a rundown, and he is out. Oh, Pete was undecisive about whether he should try and score or not. He ended up getting caught between third and home. Aiden makes a great play. But it's commercial break time.
The best things in life are sweet and free too, especially when they come from Chicago's own Sweet Amanda B's. Today, we're celebrating the iconic bakery's 20th birthday.
Happy
Look, a day over 10.
birthday! The bakery began at home with the owners baking desserts for friends and family, and then in 2002, Sweet Mandy B's opened its first storefront. They're known for their old-fashioned desserts, and they were nice enough to send us a bunch of them. Look at these cupcakes. This is what I've had when I've gone there, is these delicious cupcakes.
They look
right?
beautiful.
They're pretty. What do you guys have?
Sugar cookie with frosting. I also recommend the molasses cookie.
Oh, yes,
my
the best.
goodness, it's
That is
so
the
good.
best.
Oh,
I have Oreo frosted brownie.
Okay, and then I'm not sure what this is. It says
Just dough it.
just dough it.
That's
Look
the
at this.
cookie
Look at
with
this, you
cookie
guys.
dough
There's
in
something.
the middle.
Oh.
Yeah, and I have a iced Rice Krispie treat that I'm not trading with anyone.
You like Rice Krispies, huh?
I do.
That's
Really?
I do.
Look at
The
I feel like you either
5-year-old
love
in
them
me
or
do.
you hate them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No in between.
all my kids' birthday
Cute.
cakes.
This is where you get it
Sweet
from?
Mandy B's for years and years.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, we've been eating nonstop for today.
Yeah,
Oh, here we go.
Stop now.
Go tea.
And we're back. Rough Riders are back on defense again. Unfortunately, had kind of dropped the ball out there on being able to score last inning. Stubby takes the mound again. See what he can do to hold this Sons of Pitches team down. Chad, the dentist friend, is up to play.
Man, you just can't have running errors, especially in a playoff game.
Absolutely not, especially when you're down so many runs. Chad puts the ball into left field. Matt Ryder stands under it. Can of corn. Out number one. Mike Moylan back up to the plate. Let's see if one of the 5 bats he owns can produce not that.
Big out. Big out. Pops it up to Chango. On the Rough Riders side of the bench. And they got Rob Nanny's up. Everyone's shifting. Pull hitter.
Pull hitter, lefty. He's got some wheels, so if he puts the ball in play, he always has a chance to get to first base. Big Cardinal fan, Rob Nanny. He's a man after my own heart. We got a few Cardinal fans out here. We got Josh Weinberg. He's big into the Birds. Jared McColgan is a Cardinal fan. Myself. I think we got to put together an LVOG Cards-Cubs bleacher game.
I was talking about if I managed trying to get as many guys from Detroit as possible on the team.
I was going to do a Cardinal team. Should we just draft that way and just... I don't think we'd be very good.
We'd have Carson, Turner,
DeMuzio, you,
Jackson.
Jackson's Detroit?
Yeah, he's
Really?
from Ann Arbor.
Oh, no wonder you like him. All right, let's see if Rob takes a walk here. He does. Smart to not swing at that pitch.
Noche, who's absolutely thrown a gem so far, is up to bat here. He's going to be very picky at the plate.
Here's the pitch by Stubby. He throws it short. This is one of the hardest things to do is when you know you need to throw strikes. because you've got the end of the order up. It is so hard to actually throw that strike. Noche puts the ball in play, gets on the ground. Another big force out by Weinberg the Rover, throwing from the outfield, getting the speedy nanny. That's what we want to see.
Looks safe.
We'll review the replay after these messages. That, and me as a manager, I hound my guys about this. The force play is not in play anymore. You got Stubbe up, who's probably puts the ball on the ground quite a bit. Now there's no force play at second. There's a force to Trent, has to go across the diamond, doesn't make the play. Stubbe with the wheels beats out the play, and that's exactly why you throw the ball in and don't try to make the hero play. That could have been an easy, routine force play at second base for Trent. Instead, he's got to go across the diamond. It frustrates me to no end when players do stuff like that. And I love Bo. He's my boy. But you can't have outfielders doing pirouettes, throwing to first, trying to get guys who are already safe anyway.
If you're Weinberg, you're trying not to go opposite field here. You got to go towards Clifford and left field.
He has to pull the ball here.
I know
he likes going oppo, but pull the ball. Even if it's in the air and Clifford ends up catching it, which Clifford's playing really deep, it's still a sac fly. Pull this ball and stay out of a double play scenario. There he goes. He pulled it to the left. DeWeerd gets the force at second.
Get a run.
The run scores. Good play by Josh to just get that ball in play. With all the strikeouts we've seen, we know how hard that's been.
Wind's picking back up. You got to hope that John puts one out here to get them back in this game.
Now here is where it gets hard. With the wind coming in, if Noche can't find the plate, he might get nervous.
There it is. Big bomb! John Ryder.
Johnny Boy Ryder with the bomb over left field.
We just said it. He had to take the game in his own hands. Wind picked up at the right time. Absolute smash. Then he got Matt up right after him. Started all over again.
And that. Listen, I'm a butterfly effect kind of guy, so I don't like to say, look, they would have had the out at second in that scenario when Trent had to throw across the diamond for Stubbe. But when you start unraveling as a team and making errors, it unfortunately is demoralizing for everybody else. And so when a big inning like this ends up happening, it can kind of change the dynamics and change the momentum of a game.
You know what's interesting? He's pitching extremely high, almost around Matt, but then you get Zagorski Jackson. It's this lineup is nuts.
And Matt Ryder, being the rookie that he is, thinking that he needs to swing at a pitch like that, he really needs to make Noche pitch to him and throw him strikes on a windy day like this. Keep the pressure on and don't strike out. Matt puts the ball in play. Unfortunately, it's foul with 2 strikes. That ends up being a strikeout. The Rook will learn. Zagorski up to the plate. Had a pretty average year offensively. Not as scary as some of the other guys in their lineup, but he is a guy that will put in a really strong line drive single. You don't like to see guys on base when he comes up. Thankfully for No Shade, nobody is on. Let's see if Zagorski can get on to first. There it is, line drive to left. Unfortunately, the Rover, Chris Bonds, was playing it perfectly.
Great play by Bonds.
Gets him out. We will be back after these commercial breaks. And we're back here. Stubbe getting ready to pitch to Chris Bonds. Like I said, Chris Bonds, a rookie, puts the ball in play to Zagorski, who is also a Gold Glove player over at third, just having trouble with the infield, both third basemen. That is so surprising to see. Zagorski with an error, rushing in on the ball. Bonds with the speed to beat it out. Man, it's got to be hard to be Stubbe and see this lineup turn over yet again. You got Bo up, Bonds on first. Bo goes for a base hit to left field. Nobody was over there. He ends up getting a double again. Bonds ends up on third. I don't know that I've seen Bo go oppo that often. Usually he's trying to pull the ball as hard as he can.
It almost feels like Bo White is an automatic hit this season.
This season for sure.
Automatic hit.
Last season, Bo got into his head, and it was not an automatic hit when he was coming up. So it's nice to see him having such a great outing this season, and especially in this playoff so far. He's been a great captain for this team. I think they've really found a cool dynamic between everybody. Matt Rice getting in the way of the camera, doing what he does. Matt, gimp your way back to the fence. Here's Aiden Lucas going for the home run. It is launched almost off the light pole. Is that second home run for him tonight?
It's 2.
That wind really, really is a factor here. All Ryan Yosei can do at first base is watch that ball fly over the fence, eat his sunflower seeds, and remember that big hit he got earlier in the game. It seems like so long ago that the Rough Riders were getting on the board.
So funny, he ended up playing college baseball as a pitcher. He was on the rowing team growing up in Wisconsin.
That's fascinatingly boring.
I agree. Maybe that's why.
Kind of like, Aiden, the quiet, strong, sensitive type that hits the ball over the fence.
He absolutely laced that ball.
We got Trent Clement up again. And you as a manager, B-Rob, when you manage, do you like to stack your best sluggers back-to-back like this? Because oftentimes it does feel like...
I don't like it.
Trent is their best hitter. He is. And now he's up to bat again with nobody on base.
I don't like it because you clear the bases. I'd rather stack them.
There's a liner to left. Weinberg playing deep, gets the ball in. Another single for Trent.
Our team this year, that's what we were really missing is slugging.
For sure. Well, and, you know, when I have a team full of, you know, what I like to do is spread those guys out. Now, the problem is you can't spread them out too much because if you don't have protection behind them, that's another error from Zagorski. He is matching DeWeird in errors at third. Could have been a force play at second base. Mitch Greenwald was at the base ready for it.
Too many knee braces.
It's a lot of knee braces. I'm hoping that we get a play where DeWeird has to slide because he always goes head first. It's an amazing thing to witness. Pat Clifford is up. Let's see if he pulls the ball to right this time. They're playing him a little bit more shallow and left now that they've seen him go that way a couple times.
A lot of green for Pat. This is where he likes to hit it right here, too. I think they're playing him too shallow, to be honest. I mean, too deep, to be honest.
It's a pretty windy day. Base hit to right.
I just
Jackson
said it.
gets it on a bounce. B-Rob with the call. Trick Clement ends up scoring. I do agree with you, Brandon. I think left fielders in general play too deep. I think that they are much better off. Usually when guys are going to right field, it's little liners like that. He is a pull hitter. You don't want to see that go over your head with a couple guys on base, but it could be hard.
Now, I've seen Chad go yard many, many times, too, at the right moments.
4 years ago, for sure. Chad Friend, big sponsor of the league. Him and his dental practice. Nolan and Friend Dental. We have a lot of sponsors for LVOG. The majority of them are players. It's been really cool to see this community come together and put money into our charitable organization that we've created to give back to local Glenview charities. Chad being a big part of that.
Absolutely. I will say Chad had a game-winning home run back in the Evening Wood years.
Base hit to left. There's the Gold Glove we know from Zagorski. He gets the force out. Fielder's choice on DeWeird, making the diving play. Now you know why he needs double knee braces.
Here's the big question on Mike Moylan here. Mike Moylan can turn it up and put it. They're playing him shallow. He can hit it over their heads
100%.
Easily.
I don't know that they're playing too shallow. Actually, it looks like a pretty good spot. You are absolutely right. He can definitely put it over their heads, and especially on a windy night like tonight, I would not be surprised to see him do just that. It looks like he's making Stubbe pitch the ball, though. Let's see if Stubbe flattens it out and gives him a little bit of a meatball. Runners at first and second. Moylan taking all the way. He's making Stubbe pitch. He takes the strike. Here's a flattened out meatball. Ball on the ground. Ryder to Mitch. Back to Stubbe. And it's a fielder's choice. Force out at second base. We're going to flip it over to our in-game reporter.
Right, so some moments I just want to highlight from the game include the Rough Riders. They got some much-needed momentum when John Ryder hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 5th out to left center. In the top of the 6th, we saw the Sons of Pitches Lucas hit a 3-run home run, making the current score 14-6. So I don't know about you, but I'm definitely looking forward to the remaining 3 innings. Back to you.
And that's the last out of the inning. Rob Nanny flies out to Weinberg to end the inning. We'll see you after this short commercial break.
Hi, I'm Sean Rugstad, Caldwell Banker Realty. I'm out of the Glenview, Illinois office. I left Caldwell Banker a time of transition, thinking that the grass was greener on the other side. I was gone for 2 years and I realized right away I had made a mistake. I love the culture of Caldwell Banker. It's built around the agents. That's something that I felt I was missing before. They promote success by everybody working together. Everybody can network. Everything about the company is the best.
And we're back. Big shout out to Lacey and Brian Levesque for bringing the LVOGs for everybody to enjoy. Another great thing about LVOG that many people don't realize is that we get food out. We have 4 games that play on Tuesday night, 2 at 6:30, 2 at 8:30. They're on fields right next to each other, and in between the fields, we all hang out, we watch each other's games, we eat the food, we cater in food every week, somewhere different every time, usually somewhere local to support the local businesses. Tonight, it's Brian and Lacey Levesque. They've got a little fun thing that they do with LVOGs. And big shout out to them. Back at the action, Ryan Jackson puts the ball in play, throws it to Trent, picks it up at shortstop, throws over to Aiden Lucas for the out. Jackson really not having the game that you expect him to have. To your point, with that injury that he's dealing with, it probably is affecting things quite a bit.
Absolutely. He doesn't look like himself. Also, dude, it is very common when guys are out a week or 2 weeks and then they come in. It takes a minute.
For sure. Jared McColgan up. Certainly going to be high on everybody's draft list this coming season. Puts the ball in play. Chad, second base friend, gets the out.
It's a great out by Chad. He's got a rocket for an arm. That's a good spot for Chad, too, second base.
I like it there for sure. He was an outfielder back in the day. Came into some shoulder issues, moved over to second. I think he's actually one of the best second basemen in the league.
For sure.
He knows where to play. He makes the routine plays. Rarely is he going to have an error.
You know, you just got to worry about Chango poking one out here, too. The wing going out.
Chango has a couple home runs on the year, actually. Had a couple home runs last season. Nice big line drive. Unfortunately for Chango, Chris Bonds is there to catch it. The Rough Riders really just cannot figure Noche out. Noche is a playoff pitcher. We'll tell you more after these commercial breaks.
I threw away my retainer again? My parents are going to be so mad at me. Are you looking to replace your lost or broken retainer? Perhaps bank a free retainer for the future. Would you like to be part of something that guarantees you a new retainer and gives back to the community at the same time? If yes, then we have the perfect solution for you. Willow Lake Orthodontics is proud to offer their unique Retainers Make a Difference program. We offer our patients and families an opportunity to replace their retainers simply by putting in a little hard work and lending a helping hand at the local food pantry, the local farm, or a Glenview retirement community. Every patient that completes their volunteer hours earns a voucher for a free retainer. So instead of worrying about spending your savings for a new retainer, take advantage of this opportunity and call us now to get started. As both residents and business owners in
And we're back at the action. Matt Stubbe back on the mound.
Outside a couple walks and a couple home runs, Matt's been pitching pretty well, I think.
It's a low-scoring game.
Lucas was tough.
We've seen scores in the 30s this season, which I hate. I love low single-digit games. Matt's reached the double digits, but it's still very low scoring. I mean, really, his pitching hasn't been the story of the game as much as it's been the Rough Riders' inability to score.
Noche with another hit.
A little base knock up the middle. McColgan gets the ball in quickly. Noche on base again. That is huge.
Man,
that is what leads to these runs.
Your 9, 10, 11, 12 guys get on base. That's the difference in the game.
Unbelievable. Chris Bonds takes a ball here. Another person missing from this squad is Ryan Montez. He was also top 5 on doubles. Huge triples hitter, home run hitter, big slugger. He is not in this lineup. Weinberg playing Bonds perfectly, gets the out. That's a big miss.
That's something we haven't talked about at all. You were talking about sluggers. You got Lucas Clement. Bo, I would consider a slugger at this point, too. And then they're missing Ryan Montez, who I think arguably hits one of the balls the hardest coming off the bat.
Absolutely. Bo, first pitch swinging, pops it up. Canalia playing second base comes in to make that catch. And, I mean, listen, the Sons of Pitches come in a sneaky spot. They dropped like 3 or 4 games on errors to end the game, essentially. They had a drop ball on the infield that lost the game against us. Here's another Aiden Lucas home run. It's getting boring at this point. They had a bookkeeping error that lost them the game when it should have gone to extras. They ended up ending the game because they thought they were losing by a run. That could have gone to extras. They could have won that game. They had another drop ball in the outfield to end a game, and an error that was the result of ending the game. So we have all of these scenarios where this team actually should have won more games and probably should have been seeded better. This is a really, really good team. You've got great sluggers coupled with probably, in my opinion, the best pitcher in the league.
All right, so Lucas has got 3 bombs on the night in a playoff game against a great pitcher. How do you not take Lucas in the first round? How does that not happen?
Well, a lot of times we've found him playing first base. Hard to take a first baseman in the first round. He has played a couple different positions now. Pop up by Trent to Zagorski. I'm sorry, to Matt Ryder. That's the end of the inning. We'll talk more about why Aiden Lucas should be a first rounder after these commercial breaks. Stubby's a great guy. Another guy who everybody targets in the draft. They all want to draft him. Chris Langauger, Stubby, Olsen, Savage, all these guys, Brandon Yu, these guys that get drafted are targeted by multiple managers every season. On the ground, Noche makes the play this time, forced out at third, fielder's choice.
There's something to be said about guys like Lang and Stubby and having a little bit of vibe action, depending on how you draft your first 7 guys. If you're just getting pure athletes, but like, I think there's a lot to be said about having some fun bunch too towards the end of the rounds, right? I mean,
Weinberg pops it up to center. Bo comes on to make the play. A converted outfielder from first base. Brad Shern last year got hurt. White went from first to the outfield. He stayed there ever since. He loves it out there. We'll be back after these commercials.
Back to the action at beautiful Community Park West. I'm Kyle Smith alongside Brandon Robertson. 16-6, no slaughter rule today, Brandon, but it is not Rough Riders Day thus far. They trail 16-6, but I always think at the major league level, the Mariners were down 12-0 to the Cleveland Indians in 2001.
That's right.
They lost that game 15-14 on a walk-off hit at Old Jacobs Field. It can happen in the major league level. It certainly can happen at the League of Very Ordinary Gentlemen.
Absolutely. During the break, we were just talking about the multiple games this year that guys have come back, 9 runs, 12 runs, 14 runs in the 8th, 9th inning. And I'll tell you what, you can't look past the Rough Riders. They have the biggest bats in the league, highest OPS as a team. A lot can happen.
Well, we did the... So the rule is, for anybody that's watching that wonders the rule of when the first baseman comes off the bag or not, it just have to be a split second. You just have to be on the bag a split second, catch the ball, and then you're out. That's what the umpire's looking for. Now, what the defense is arguing, Blue, you're making the call on the run. You got to stay stationary. When you're running, your head is bobbing up and down, and you can't see the play as well as a base umpire.
It's a good call, Kyle.
They do call him out. Brandon thought he was safe. You could make the argument either way. We got the best angle of it. Us, the base umpire, the first baseman, and the base runner are the only 4 or 5 people that know if he was out or safe. That ball is just absolutely smoked into the gap.
Absolutely roped it. He's got to turn it on. He got to get the wheels going, Pat.
And Clifford might have missed the bag. We'll see if they want to appeal. But considering they're already down 10 runs, what's another run? But you know what? You got to find a way to get it out. You're down 10 runs. Would you want to appeal on that, Brandon?
Yeah, I definitely. I thought he was safe.
You don't think you think he touched second base? Okay. I mean, the other thing is too. This is a fun league. This isn't Game 7 of the World Series, as that one's driven out to right field. It's going to stay fair. That's trouble for the Rough Riders, and what else is new? Everybody for Sons of Pitches is hitting the ball right now. Cut off at second base. It's close, but a bad throw. Even better, even worse play at the plate. And the run scores. It's a triple and an error, and the Sons of Pitches keep on scoring here at Community Park
They are
West.
just piling the runs on. Just momentum is in their favor tonight.
18-6 ball game now. No run limit tonight. As that's a high pop up into shallow left field. Easy catch, can of corn, and first out of the inning, but they would have liked to get that first out before giving up 2 runs.
Okay, Rob Nanny, traditional pull hitter here. Let's see if they put the shift on, and they are. They are clustered. If I'm Rob, I'm going to try to go opposite field here. Why not? You're up.
12 runs. Should be an easy play in right center. We've had one error, though, today, right at the center fielder, and Brant Browned it right in the glove and out.
That's a good one.
And for any Cub fans that remember, in the 1929 World Series, Hack Wilson dropped 2 fly balls in 1 inning in the World Series. Yeah. Out. He got the saying in the newspaper, "Out in the sun too long, Wilson." We're going to take a break as Ryan Peschke will rejoin the broadcast. It's 18-6 in favor of Sons of Pitches.
All right, he was off the bag at first. The guy was safe. The play at second, he absolutely.
Hi, I'm Sean Rugstad, Caldwell Banker Realty. I'm out of the Glenview, Illinois office. I left Caldwell Banker a time of transition, thinking that the grass was greener on the other side. I was gone for 2 years, and I realized right away I had made a mistake. I love the culture of Caldwell Banker. It's built around the agents. That's something that I felt I was missing before. They promote success by everybody working together. Everybody can network. Everything about the company is the best.
Swinging for the fences again, ends up grounding the ball up the middle to Bo White, who gets the ball in. A base hit. John's on first. Noche doing his job, keeping the slugger in the ballpark. Matt Ryder steps to the plate. Big bro. Let's see if he can knock it over the fence and get this Rough Riders team scoring some runs. Look at that tomahawk. Oh! Quite the 12-6 curve on that giant pitch from Noche.
Get that backspin. I'll tell you what, this is who you want up, though. If you're going to make a comeback, you want the Ryder brothers, Zagorski and Jackson, all back-to-back here. This team can pile it on quick. No.
Look at that ball. Nobody in the league pitches as good as Noche with that high ball.
He's arguably I wouldn't even say he's the best pitcher in the league.
The wind has died down. And Noche's been able to get these guys to swing at his pitches. Zagorski puts the ball in play. There's the sure-handed Noche with the force out at first.
Look, Mom, what I found.
I do not have a glove like that. That ball gets past me every time.
Actually, when I pitch and the ball comes up the middle, I just let it go. Well, I actually don't see it. Those helmets we wear, it makes it so hard to see. That's why I like the type of helmet that Noche and DeMuzio wear. Man, he did it again.
Force play at first. A run does score. 2 outs. Jackson just really not putting the at-bats together like he usually does. Lower back injury is what Jackson was listed as. Unknown if he was going to play in today's game. He's trying to tough it out. We got Jared McColgan up. Runners at third base. The outfield shaded him to the pole side. Let's see what Jared ends up doing.
Tell you what, if Jared could learn how to go opposite field, he'd be one of the most dangerous guys in the league, too. He's so fast, Ryan.
Noche not giving in to these hitters, still throwing it high. Bonds makes the easy out. We will be back after these commercial breaks.
My name is April Doremus. I am the owner of Blended Health and Smoothie Bar in Glenview and Evanston. In 2019, I got downsized from my company, so I thought it would be fun if I did a concept and did like a smoothie bar by day and a bar by night. As a first-time entrepreneur, though, that seemed like a lot to take on. So my daughter was 13. She liked smoothies and acai bowls. So I decided just to start smaller and open a smoothie bar.
My reaction when my mom first opened Blended was probably, I was a little in shock. I wasn't really sure of what she was going to do. It was kind of a new start for our family. She had been...
And we're back into the action. 9th inning, 19-7. The Sons of pitchers are back up again. Noche's going to the plate. If I was Noche, I wouldn't even swing at a pitch here. You do not want to risk injury so close to victory in this game.
And he swings.
But he swings.
His third hit of the game.
Base hit up the middle. Awesome job by Noche.
Hitting and pitching.
He's really going to earn those marble reds at the end of the game.
If you asked me an hour and a half ago who would win this game, it was not going to be the Sons of Pitchers.
I was very bullish on Sons of Pitchers winning because of Noche. Bonds puts the ball in play. Grounder. Stubbe hesitated. Thought about going to second. Likely misses the opportunity for the out at first because of that. Now we've got runners at first and second. Listen, I took a lot of heat for saying that Noche should go in the top rounds. So I knew he had this ability in him. Bo puts the ball to the outfield. They're playing him deep. Jared tries to make the play. It's off of the fence. Bo has to hold up at second while the runners in front of him round the bases. Noche ends up scoring. Bonds on third. That is a really tough play to make. I'd never score anything within 5 feet of the fence in error because I've seen the best outfielders drop what would seem like a can of corn right against the fence. I'm always very lenient on the outfielders when it comes to balls that are within 5 feet of that outfield fence. That is a clear double for Bo White.
Well, we've talked about Aiden Lucas many, many times tonight. He's already has 3 home runs on the night.
Something I'm surprised about is that the Rough Riders are not trying to make Noche pitch more strikes. They are swinging more often than I feel like they needed to settle down, make him fight in the strike zone, make him strike some guys out looking. Yosei did strike out looking. He did get that one.
So he didn't give him anything to hit, and then you get last year's reigning MVP up to bat.
Bases loaded. Good pitch by Stubbe. Unfortunately, it falls a little short. What are the odds that Trent hits one out here? Well, he might not give him one either. To be perfectly honest, I would not mind walking him here, bases loaded. I would do it if I was
I would do it too.
And Trent is one to take a walk too.
I was just going to say the same thing.
Which I think is a mistake. I think these sluggers have to go outside the box to hammer balls. Big, hard ground ball through the infield. Weinberg gets the ball in quickly to third base. Zagorski gathers it in. Bo White scores. Bonds scores. And we've got runners at second and third now with the big John DeWeerd coming up.
Fast Lucas is?
No, I did not. First to third?
Yeah.
DeWeerd puts the ball in play. Stubbe goes home, gets Lucas down, caught in a rundown. Nobody's covering the plate, though. He ends up scoring.
Oh, man.
Stubbe and the first baseman, Ryan Yosei, both have a little bit of mental lapse there, not covering the plates in a rundown situation. I liked Stubbe going home with it. That's a hard play to make.
Well, they're going to put Ryan Yosei in a witness protection program after this match.
I think he's been in the witness protection program all year long. I haven't found him on the stat sheet very often. Another fun boy, as they would call him. Stubby pitching to Pat Clifford now. Let's see what Pat ends up doing here. I think he's going to go to
just
left.
giving up on the ball.
You think what?
Chango just giving up.
It gets hard to see all these runs get scored from the catcher position. Pat trying to go to the left, ends up striking out.
Good
All
pitch.
right, Mr. Chad Friend is up. The last time he was up to bat, he hit an inside the park home run to right field. You can see the outfielders adjusting and scooting back a little bit more now. Ground ball to Zagorski, force play at second. No way to turn 2 on that one. We got 2 outs.
You know, Teal Team 6 won a game on a dropped ball in the 9th inning by Chad Friend. And Chad Friend has been a songbird for them tonight, playing a steady second base, hitting the hell out of the ball. All right, Moylan's up, playing him shallow. Look at this gap back here.
Moylan definitely can go center field with this. Pops the ball up. It ends up bouncing.
He's safe.
We'll wait for the umpire to make the call. It looks like he's calling a foul ball. That was a close play. You'd like to see Moylan barrel this ball up right here. He has it in him to do it. One ball, 2 strikes. Ball in play again. Stubby makes a play.
Nice play.
Throws it to first for the out.
Couple of mental gaffes that inning.
And we're coming to the last bottom of the 9th. The last option for the Rough Riders.
Hi, I'm Sean Rugstad, Caldwell Banker Realty. I'm out of the Glenview, Illinois office. I left Caldwell Banker a time of transition, thinking that the grass was greener on the other side. I was gone for 2 years and I realized right away I had made a mistake. I love the culture of Caldwell Banker. It's built around the agents. That's something that I felt I was missing before. They promote success by everybody working together. Everybody can network. Everything about the company is the best.
All right, based on Matt Shango's pre-pitch warm-up just now, I think he's going to hit a home run. He had some real travel ball stuff going on right there.
I was just going to say that.
In fact, it's just a ground out to third base. It looked good, though.
Let's see if Yosei can rebound after his little mental gaffe.
9 out of 10 times this season and in his career, Yosei will fly out to left field, pretty much right where Chris Bonds is.
Nice shot.
Oh, line drive over Chris's hands. Yosei hustling out of the box, ends up in second base. If he wasn't such a good friend of mine, I would say that was an error, but he really needs that hit. So maybe we give him a hit on that one. Stat boy don't lie though. He'll check the tapes, and he doesn't play any favorites. Pete Canalia's up. Threw a hell of a party last year for youth services. Raised tons of money. I think $7,000 was raised to give to youth services based on a house party he threw, where he had a LVOG band as well as a little bit of live band karaoke going on.
A nice pitch.
Let's see what he excuse me. Let's see what he could do here to keep these Rough Riders moving the lineup along. Line drive, base hit to left. Bonds misplays the ball. Oh, he holds Canalia to first base, though. It does not end up being an error. If Canalia had taken second, that would have been a single and an error.
This is a big at-bat for Mitch here. He's got to stay off this high pitch.
Especially with the force play in play. Mitch, one to use his speed to get on base with those infield singles. Harder to do when there's a guy on first base. That is what I'm talking about. Having a guy on first and having that force play in action is hugely important. Stubbe with a fly out to the left field. Nobody is there. He's rounding first, headed to second. He looks like he's going for third. Here comes the play from Trent to DeWeird. Huge play by the pitcher who says, I'm going to do it myself since the rest of my team can't do it for me. Let's go, Rough Rider. Let's make this a game and make it interesting.
All right, Matthew, what a hit.
Another lake house that you've been to.
Yeah.
Just a popular guy. All these guys keep taking you to their lake houses. I don't know why. Is there a little secret going on there?
I'm very, very good at lake frisbee.
Have you been to Josh Weinberg's lake house?
Does he have one? I don't know. It's a two truths and a lie. We got to find out.
Joshy looks like left field is wide open still.
Only guy in the league who's shark bite survivor.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, I had heard a rumor about that. Weinberg, fly ball to center. Bo makes the catch.
And that's
the
game.
End of the game. Sons of Pitches come out ahead. MVP, in my opinion, is no shade. Sons of Pitches hit a lot of runs, but
he was 3 for 3 too.
And 3 for 3 hitting.
Yeah.
I think he had a walk in there. What a game by the Sons of Pitches. Held the Rough Riders, a very feared offense, in check. They put the ball in play, scored the runs when they needed to. Aiden Lucas, 3 home runs, and in my opinion, second in line for MVP.
Man, that is going to be a tough team going into the championship.
They have the offense.
And they'll get
they
Montez
have the pitching,
back.
And Montez wasn't even here. And we're out.
Isn't that putting the cart before the horse? Yep. You're not supposed to do that.
Nowadays, you have to, especially in the housing market, where you need to get a mortgage before you find the house. That's why with the Get Committed program from Compass Mortgage, you'll have a fully underwritten loan commitment that stands out even amongst cash offers. Not to mention, once you find the perfect home, you could close in as little as 15 days.
Hey, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. You're pretty big on horse metaphors, huh? Nay.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on Channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
You know, I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone. Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the post-game show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith. Well, my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense. And Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and a goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape, but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition,
We also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
For over 60 years, Airroom has been creating award-winning kitchens carefully executed by our in-house team of designers and remodelers. With a renewed focus on spending quality time at home, Airroom has created its most affordable kitchen transformation program yet. Introducing the Revive Kitchen. Imagine custom-made cabinetry, quartz countertops with a waterfall-wrapped island, soft closed drawers featuring walnut interiors, even an invisible phone charging station in multiple colors, styles, and configurations designed to fit almost any home. Over 14 upgrades in all. Call the number on your screen to set up a free design consultation, which includes 3D color renderings of your project. This limited-time introductory offer can be yours for as little as $4.99 a month, with zero money down or zero interest, and installed in as little as 3 weeks. The Revive Kitchen, with all the luxury and experience Airroom is known for.
This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Good, looking sharp in both crews. This is really an excellent race.
This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Good, looking sharp in both crews. This is really an excellent race. St. Ignatius at that 34-35. You can hear the fans here. Loyola looking excellent as well. Here comes the Loyola Ramblers. Good, and we've got some open water there. Some open water between St. Ignatius and Loyola. We've got, maybe about a boat length open water here.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. SBS offers live telecasts on channel 59.3, YouTube, or Twitch. We include pre- and post-game interviews with the players.
I started in the locker room. All the boys were getting going before the game and stuff, and we kind of found a little click at the beginning of the game, so I think that's what got us going.
We also include digital live statistics, play-by-play commentary, team highlight reels, and even more than that. Go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com or search Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary. highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone. Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith. Well, my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense. And Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and a goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you who would like to broadcast or live stream your event, or maybe make a highlight tape, but would like a sponsor to fund the event, SBS has a myriad of ways to advertise your sponsor during our broadcasts. We have commercials. We have on-air reads by the announcers.
Albatross Physical Therapy and Wellness specializes in pain-free.
We have graphics, and we have watermarks. Finally, Sports Broadcast Solutions can create a commercial for you or your sponsor. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
I'm Kinsley Rutherford here with Aiden Lucas, and we just finished the game of the Sons of Pitches versus the Rough Riders. First of all, congratulations. We saw some amazing plays from you, both offensively and defensively. The 2-run home run, I feel like that was a big deal. I'm Kinsley Rutherford here with Aiden Lucas, and we just finished the game of the Sons of Pitches versus the Rough Riders. First of all, congratulations. We saw some amazing plays from you, both offensively and defensively. The 2-run home run, I feel like that was a big deal. So what do you feel led to having such a big lead over the Rough Riders?
Well, I think we have a really good team, top to bottom. Trent Clement, who's our shortstop, makes it really easy for all of us to ensure that we're hitting and all contributing. He typically does a lot, so it makes it easier for all of us. And then knowing that Noshe, our pitcher, is going to shut them down, makes it very easy for us to be nice and relaxed at the plate.
All right. Well, once again, congratulations. Back to you.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm Kinsley Relaford here with the Sons of Pitches pitcher. And so got a few questions for you tonight. Cool. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
It was amazing. So how high are your pitches? We saw some incredibly high pitches tonight.
Well, I mean, that's the thing that they've basically pegged me for is like how high can you throw the ball? And I play a few games of beanbags, and that's basically what I do. So like it's not about pitching, it's just about throwing bags.
Noted. And then so would you say that throwing bags, that's kind of the secret to your success then, the secret recipe?
The secret to my success. Like everyone's like, pitch this guy inside, pitch him deep, pitch him outside. I'm like, I'm just trying to throw it as high as I can and hit the plate. And if they can hit it, they can hit it.
If they can hit it, they can hit it. I love that. All right, do you have any post-game celebrations planned for tonight?
Not a ton of post-game celebrations. I mean, as much as like everyone loves to talk about the pitching, our fielding is amazing. So my job is to get ground balls, and our players make every play. I mean, they were just gobbling plays up today, and it's so much fun. I mean, I feel a little bit for the guys that we're going to play next week, because if we keep playing defense the way we're playing, then it's going to be tough. But it's fun. It's fun. So post-game celebrations, no. We're going to watch this game. We're going to relax a little bit and have fun.
All right. Well, once again, congratulations. Back to you.
Thank you so much.
And there we are. We got a sac fly from Fahey. We had Casey who got a base hit up the middle. He ended up getting over to third on a line drive by a ground ball by De La Rosa. It was first and third. Fahey up, gets the ball to left field. Mike Fox, sac fly. De La Rosa tanks up and gets on second. Now we got Mike Bowen. Power hitter to right. I got my wife taking pictures of us. This is a new thing, new broadcast thing that we're doing here. You can go up there. And,
I don't want to get hit.
Kind of look professional do this instead of that. You got line drive to the outfield. No, never throw home. Unfortunately, Paul does not take second base. Oh, it's a fly from. Still counted as a sac fly if that runner scores. So that's a sac fly by Folan. De La Rosa with his speed makes it all the way home.
All right, Sean Rogge, Rogstad, in 9 softball leagues. Gives him a flat one. Jumps all over it.
Big swing through the grounder. Keppel unable to make the play. Huge hit by Rogstad to start this game off.
Somebody test this guy for steroids.
We got to do a bat check here. That ball went very far. But you know what? He did his job. He got on base. Now Mr. Toto, I hear he goes oppo. Lines up a opposite field grounder to Tommy Wang. He makes the play.
Okay, we're back.
Talking with Jeff Duncan, first baseman. I'm sure his wife is at home watching the game right now. She's got her sister in town. I'm sure they are really sad they couldn't be at the game tonight.
You got Chris Sadens leading off here.
Mr. Line Drive.
You know what I like about Chris? He truly is a 9-position player, too.
Absolutely.
He's a Swiss Army knife.
10 position. Now we got Matt DiMuzio.
I don't think he could play catcher.
We got Matt DiMuzio pitching. He actually statistically had the best numbers in the league this year. A really weird year with the weather. But year in and year out, season in, season out, he is always at the top of the list for best pitchers. He doesn't seem to do anything special. He's not like Noche, who throws a huge bomb of a curve 50 feet in the air. But he puts a lot of backspin on the ball, and he doesn't miss the plate side to side very often.
So just like in our first game, I think these pitchers really are going to start having to feel out this wind the first 2 innings here, getting used to it.
That's why I think DiMuzio is an advantage on a wind night like tonight. He keeps the ball low, puts backspin on it.
Comes Jacover, one of the best players in the league in my opinion.
Simple ground out. Oh, what a play by Chris the Music Man Legauger. A high throw from a very steady glove at third base from Sean Rogstad, and he's able to corral that ball 10 feet off the bag, bring it down, make the force out. To your point, B-Jax is a really good player. To get him to ground out is a big deal. Oh, whoa, Brian Agner, fly ball to the outfield. That ball is off of the fence. Jacover's rounding second. He's headed to third. Brian stopping at second. What a big double by Brian Agner, who started the year on the injured reserve list. He had a meniscus issue.
You know, Jacover's fighting a growing injury, too. That's why I didn't think he took home. Because all week he's been nursing that growing injury. I mean, he still flew around those bases, but a healthy Jacover takes home in that position.
You would think he'd go first to third on that. What a big play what a big hit by Brian. Mike Fox, big strong hit up down the gap between first and second. Toto is the Rovers there to hold Fox to a single. Another big play holding Mike Fox to a single.
We talk about it all the time. Hard hit ground balls. Just moving guys around, right?
Absolutely.
No pop-ups.
Keppel with a big line drive to Toto at the Rover spot. He hit the ball to the right side of the field. Toto had it played pretty accurately.
Doesn't Keppel look like if Fritz did a cycle of steroids?
Grew a couple inches.
They look a little bit alike.
For sure.
I used to get them confused, and Keppel's really come on my own personal radar as a heck of a player.
Oh, he's been very good this year for sure,
I've never been on a team with him, and I don't really know him that well, but stat-wise, he's been banging it up, and Jacover told me he's been...
he is going to get a pinch runner in Chris Sadens, who was...
That's going to drop,
That's
Ryan.
A pop fly. Nobody can get to it. Fahey, with his speed, charges in on it, unable to actually make the play on it. It lands for a pop-up single. Two-bag Tommy ends up with staying at first base, but he keeps the lineup moving. And now we see Joe Hoffer step into the circle. This guy is another one who it really makes you as a pitcher work. Line drive, past the shortstop. Fahey charges in, throws the ball home. Lish unable to grab the ball. He is able to hold Tommy to third base and not let an extra run score, though.
Usually, watching this team all year, Duncan will go and cover home just because of his glove. Not that Lish can't handle it, but a rocket from Fahey, you want Duncan covering that.
Absolutely
and it was actually on target. It was a great throw. Fahey's going to look to throw home all game.
But that was a lapse where that's something that Duncan is usually doing, is covering that play, and he didn't that time. I'm sure we're going to see him cover it next time. We have a bunch of outfielders here who do love to throw that ball home. Next up to bat, Nat Darnadier leading the league in triples. Hits another one to the fence. He's rounded first. He's headed to second. He's going to go for 3 with another triple from the pitcher, Nat Darnadier. Don't call me old man yet. Big play by Nat.
I mean, between Hoffer and Nat, they're 108 years old.
Unbelievable. He hit a triple in last week's playoff game. I think he was in the top 5 for triples on the year.
This is the only team with 2 guys that are getting Social Security.
We're not far off from more guys being there, though. We're going to have to start a senior league soon, but not that soon if we're going to have guys like Nat.
Bird.
Nat hitting the ball like a triple. Bird stepping to the plate. A man loved because of his cooler. Drafted high in the rounds solely based on the fact that he brings a cooler full of beverages for his team every single week. He finds out what your favorite beverage is and he brings it for you specifically. Puts the ball in play to the left side. The shortstop, Kevin Casey, takes it, throws it over to Duncan for the out. Duncan tries to get Nat at home, considering how slow he is. Unable to make that play, but Lish did have a nice catch at the dish.
Dude, Nat has been roping the ball this season. My God.
Unbelievable. I want to get
So, Ryan, as a board member, when you guys pick, when they remanage and you start to pick their slots, he's got to be a guy that moves the slots up, yeah? He can't be a 10th rounder.
Absolutely. And the way he hit the ball is not the way we slotted him this past draft.
Where do you think he would end up? 7?
We'll have to take a look and see where he ended up on the the OPS list, but
yeah,
he'll definitely fall quite
lifetime
a bit.
Into
a little bit, yeah. And we're going to cut to a break. When we're back, we've got the regulators coming up to bat.
Hi, I'm Sean Rugstead, Caldwell Banker Realty. I'm out of the Glenview, Illinois office. I left Caldwell Banker a time of transition, thinking that the grass was greener on the other side. I was gone for 2 years and I realized right away I had made a mistake. I love the culture of Caldwell Banker. It's built around the agents. That's something that I felt I was missing before. They promote success by everybody working together. Everybody can network. Everything about the company is the best.
And we're back. We got Jeff Duncan stepping into the circle. Nat triples Darnadier. I'll have to think of some kind of good pun for that later.
You know, I think what's going to happen here is DiMuzio's going to find the plate and settle down a little bit.
Well, we'll see. You know, this might turn into a high-scoring affair. This age of the machine, age against the machine, is a really good offensive team. But Jacover, best shortstop in the league.
Oh, my goodness.
Makes the play at first on Jeff Duncan. B-Jack's ranged to his left, picked the ball up, and just flung it over to Joe Hoffer at first base for the out.
I just want to watch a highlight video of B-Jacks with my family.
Toto! 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 Up next, we got Dave McGee. He's actually had a really good year as well. He played a really good right field. I saw him make a lot of catches out there.
He hit us really well the last game that we played.
Unfortunately, he watches a third called strike fall into the plate. Every batter starts with 1 strike. In this scenario, he watched 2 balls come in and strike him out. Chris, the Music Man Langager, with a base hit up the middle. Nat almost snagged that ball out of the air. Unfortunately, it goes through his glove. Chris ends up on first base.
There's another one. He's another guy that is in the lower tier that always seems to come through when it matters.
Not to mention, he controls the music. And he who controls the music controls the tempo. He knows what songs are coming on next. He knows how to pump his team up, and he knows what songs to play for his team. Matt DiMuzio steps into the box, a lefty, the pitcher.
Got to hope he doesn't hit into a double play here.
Another AARP carrying card member. Awesome dude from Detroit. He's good for a couple pokes and a couple lazy Susans, a little one-eyed squids once in a while. We'll see if he can poke one past this infield. Ball, base hit up the middle. The runners advance. Chris tries to go to third. Unfortunately, he is thrown out by Brian Agner playing from the rover spot. Keppel makes the play at third. Quite the play.
Another Gold Glove shortstop playing rover.
Unbelievable. We'll be back after this.
Back to the action, Kyle Smith alongside Ryan Peschke and Brandon Robertson. Guys, I talked to the Regulators head coach, Mike Fox. They are locked in right now. Only thing he would tell me is, we'll take the runs any way we can get them, close quote. For Dave McGee and Age Against Machine, a lot more willing to talk, but you know what? When you're losing, you're a little bit more willing to talk than when you're winning, locked in to try to go to a championship game. Dave McGee, who was rotating with Pete Lish behind the plate tonight, said, Mike Folan, watch out for him in right field. He can go get him and throw as anybody in the league, as is the case. Usually your best right fielder is your best arm, is of course safe at first on the infield hit. Watch out for Mike Folan, played in the 2000s as a pitcher at Northwestern. Sean Fahey was a star wide receiver in the Chicagoland area. Alex De La Rosa played his college ball at the University of Southern California. And of course, Matt DiMuzio, who we've had previously on the SBS postgame show, he is locked in coming into this broadcast, coming into the semifinals every day after work. 100 pitches he would throw, and then he would calculate how many strikes that he's thrown. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Kyle. It's very true. With a line drive by Sadens to left field, throwing balls in the back of your yard 100 times isn't going to prepare you for the Chris Sadens of the world. Fun fact about Matt DiMuzio, he roomed with Ted Williams in college. Adam Baxter on second base. He had a nice little grounder that Chris Langauer was unable to field cleanly. Baxter with the wheels sprinted over to first for the hit. We've now got first and second, nobody out. Brian Jacover back to the pitcher, DiMuzio. They try to potentially turn two. Kevin Casey thinks better of it and decides to hold on to the ball and not let Adam run in.
Jacover just got on top of that ball. Otherwise, that would have been a rope to the fence. He put his whole body into that.
I know you have a chubby for Jacover, but really, if you think about it, he's really only had 2 infield hits here. The ball was on the ground this game. We're going to see a little bit more lift to that ball if this regular team is going to score a lot of runs from their premier shortstop.
Brian Jacover, he had 28 hits this season.
Big fly ball out to the outfield by Brian Agner. The ball is tracked down by one of the best outfielders in the game, Alex De La Rosa. B-Jax, being the good heads-up player that he actually is, does tag up from first and get to second. And to make my point again, and I will die on this hill, we now don't have a force play in action.
1 out.
With B-Jax tagging up and getting to second base. Mike Fox, a very speedy hitter. If he hits the ball to third, he could beat out this infield single. But if you know who Mike Fox is, you know he's actually much more likely to hit this ball over the right field fence than he is to get an infield single. Here's a pitch by DiMuzio, another ball. We've got a count of 2-1 now. Mike taking his time, being patient. really looking to help his team here in the playoffs after an average year in the plate. And as I said, much more likely to hit the ball over the right field fence than he is to hit an infield single. Mike Fox with the home run.
What a call.
Unsuspecting kind of guy here. Not to mention, can he hit home runs? He actually has one of the best outfield arms in the game.
Well, it's no surprise that he goes in the first round every draft. And there's a reason why.
Is he in your top 5 of drafted players? Like, if you're a manager between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 draft-wise, would you put him in that realm? I feel like there's 3 absolutes, right? We got John Ryder, Matt Holthuter, and Trent Clement. Who's your other 2 that you think you'd slide into that top 5, like, definitely going to take them?
I think you can make an argument for Fox. I also think Fox does a lot of family trips, misses. But I would say Fox would be in that conversation. It would be very tough for me not to.
Marino.
It'd be really tough for me not to.
Keppel with a long fly out to left field. That is also over the fence. DeMuzio giving up back-to-back home runs to the Regulators. Keppel with a strong hit to left.
So I would say Greg Reese would be in my top 5. It would be very, very hard for me to pass on Farrington and Jones and Fox.
So now we're starting to get into the realm of
it's just apples and oranges.
First rounders, though. Yeah, I know it's hard, man.
Yeah, but it's I like Jones because I think Jones plays a great shortstop too, and that's really big value. You get, and he doesn't miss games.
That's true.
And you have your power hitting, slugging shortstop all in one pick.
But he's not John Ryder.
No, but if John's gone.
Yeah. So where do you think it cuts off? Where do you think like the John Ryders of the world cuts off?
I think it's John, Trent, Holtz, Farrington, Reese.
Farrington, Reese. I agree. I think that 5. Tommy Wang grounds the ball to Sean Rogstad. He makes a great play at third base over there.
Safe.
Flings it over to Jeff Duncan, who cannot corral that ball. Drops it. I'll have to go back to that replay later in the game when I'm scoring it to see if Tommy beat that throw out or not. I don't think he did. That might have to go down as an error. Reach on error.
I don't know. The more I'm watching tonight, too, you can make an argument in that 6th spot for Aiden, too. You know, one thing that we don't really talk about is we don't really sit down and watch a full 9 innings of someone else's game. Right?
I do. Joe Hoffer, line drive up the middle, doing what he always does and just putting line drives into play. Rarely does he ever strike out. He'll take a walk. You have to pitch to him. And he puts a hard, strong ball in play.
He's a great softball player.
He really is. Old man softball right there. Kind of like that old man strength that people talk about. All right, Nat Darnier is up again. Let's see if he's got the outfielders playing against the fence, finally. He decides to put it on the ground this time past Kevin Casey. He trots over to first base because that's as fast as he can run. And he ends up putting another run on the board. We got first and second with Bird coming up to play. Great job by these guys getting on base and turning this lineup over. This is what our team was unable to do. Our back half of our lineup was not able to get on base and continue to turn that lineup over. And instead, you've got Bird coming up, you got Bagel after him. Then you're turning the lineup over to the top of the Regulators again. Bird putting the bat on the ball. Unfortunately, he hits it foul and strikes out.
It's a good inning for the Regulators.
In between innings, I'll tell you why his nickname is Bird. We don't have the ratings level allowed to talk about it right now. We'll see you back here soon.
Hi, I'm Sean Rugstead, Caldwell Banker Realty. I'm out of the Glenview, Illinois office. I left Caldwell Banker a time of transition, thinking that the grass was greener on the other side. I was gone for 2 years and I realized right away I had made a mistake. I love the culture of Caldwell Banker. It's built around the agents. That's something that I felt I was missing before. They promote success by everybody working together. Everybody can network. Everything about the company is the best.
All right, back, Ryan.
So talking about the draft again, listen, I do think that there's like the core. I don't know. There's a couple like you gotta take kind of guys, right? And they always kind of rotate a little bit. But after the top 5, there's like 10 to 12 other guys that could be taken in that round. We're gonna kick it over here to Kyle for an in-game report.
Guys, if you've been checking the box scores, Mike Fox, Nate Darneater, both with 3 RBIs. And Ryan, I want to ask you this question. Number 1, are you an English stickler? Number 2, because you do not write it runs batted ins. You write it runs batted in.
Correct.
But on MLB.com, you write it RBIs, runs batted ins. Does that frustrate you, or am I just an English nerd?
I think that you're an English nerd. I don't think it bothers me because you're talking about the RBI, multiple RBIs that happen, so it's a plural scenario. It's not a apostrophe scenario. I like to talk more about pitchers hitting triples, like Nat, having 3 RBI.
See, you don't want to say runs batted ins either. It's in your subconscious now.
So what would you be? 3 run R's?
Nice try at right down the line.
I'm sure the commissioner of the league is going to give us trouble about being on the field of play here, getting in the way of Tommy Triples, who Brandon Robertson traded away this year.
But in that first inning, how regulators have started to put this one away, so to speak. Now, anything is possible in LVOG and LVOG's history, but all those runs and hits, 3 singles, 2 doubles, 1 triple. We talk about the 3 outcomes: walk, home run, strikeout. Nice play right there.
Right talking about
drive.
Pitchers having good gloves. There is nothing put away when it comes to the age against the machine. These guys, their lineup is so deep, and I think that their offense was much better than the regulators' offense on the year if you look at the statistics. So being that they're down runs, I would not put it past them to actually have a pretty big inning or 2 and get right back in this game.
But I bring up walks, strikeouts, and home runs, the 3 outcomes in that first inning. Not a single home run in the bottom of the first for the regulators. So, small ball, it's not quite dead yet.
Not quite. But when Brian Jacover is your shortstop, you don't want to be playing small ball because that guy's going to get you out. That was a tough ball to play. De La Rosa is a very fast runner. They still almost got him.
He almost got him. He's so good, dude. I know I'm so bullish on B-Jax because he's my buddy, but he's so good.
So he's one of those guys, and I am too. I love B-Jax, but he's one of those guys that you go up around to get because you build a team around a guy like that, right? Like if you don't have a first-round pick where you can't get the John Ryder, the Trent Clemens.
How many runs does he save a game is a real question.
A lot.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, Sean Fahey.
The question is how many runs does he save a game as opposed to other shortstops, though?
I don't think Sean Fahey gets the respect that he deserves, honestly.
Line drive to left field for Fahey. He hits it out to Fox, who corrals it. De La Rosa, respecting Fox's arm, stays at second base. On any other outfielder, except for maybe Holtzhuter, I think De La Rosa tries to take third there.
Just back to Sean Fahey, I don't think he gets the respect he deserves. I think he catches every single ball that comes in his direction. The knock on Sean is he's trying to hit a home run. But look what he just did there. He leveled it out. I mean, dude, he's got top 5 OPS this year.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. That's where it's like a guy like him, you wouldn't shake your head about taking him in the first or second round because after a season like he's had this year. But then he'll have a season where he's a little bit further down the line. And so I feel like there's like, as a manager, there's like 10 to 20 guys that you can pick in that range who are going to have those types of fluctuations past the top 5 people maybe. Folan being patient at the plate. This is another huge home run hitter. If Nat really feels like he needs to flatten out his pitch and throw a meatball strike, Folan's going to make him pay. Folan puts it in the air. The wind is blowing out. Let's see if it's got enough. Sadis watches it go over the center field fence. Folan is as surprised as anybody. Nat Darnadier really just grooving a ball to Folan here.
Hey, Folan just golfed that out.
He really did, and actually it was not a bad pitch. Folan just put the ball in play. He's so strong that he put that thing in the air and let the wind take advantage of the rest of it. This is what I'm talking about with this age of against the machine team. These guys are deep all the way down the lineup. We're on to Rogstad, who's
I mean,
not
you got
even close
Folan,
to being
Fahey, Rogstad, Toto.
Duncan.
One of them has killed a hitchhiker.
For sure. At a rest stop. We've got at least
555.
At least 3 unsolved mysteries based on a few of these guys on this team here. They just got that vibe to them, you know? But that's what makes them good.
Rogstad's dangerous to go over the fence, too.
Absolutely. He's really stepped his offense up this season.
I've always wanted to play with Rogstad, though. He's a good player. Good.
Line drive out to center field. Brian Agner played him perfectly. It was actually a phenomenal hit. Just unfortunately, in this softball league, we play with 4 outfielders. And when we have spray charts like we do, with stats on everybody, we really know where people are tending most likely to hit the ball. We'll be back after this commercial break.
Feeling bullied by your bank?
You know there's a fee. That loan application looks complicated.
Any help?
Not really a math guy.
I hope you enjoyed our new hold music.
Last question, what high school did you go to?
Lincoln South?
Dude, we totally crushed you guys.
At Wintrust, we take a different approach. Whether it's banking solutions, a new home, or financial planning, our local experts are ready to help. Wintrust, different approach, better results.
What are you?
All right, Chris the Langager Music Man has got Top Gun playing now. Some runs were scored by Chris's team. We've got an interesting game here. It is not far apart. In a league like ours where any team can score 6, 7, 8, 9 runs an inning, we're going to need to see Matt DiMuzio shut this regulator team down so that the age of against the machine can get back to the plate and keep getting this game a little bit closer, inching their way back. One of the special things about our league is that we have this music that gets played. Chris does a great job curating a playlist for every game, a new theme every time. And it is so fun to be out on this field playing and hearing cool songs come on, like Danger Zone, Top Gun. Mike Bagel with a really rare pulled hit to left field. Must have been saving that for the playoffs because this is a guy who loves to go to right field. Man. So much so that I would load up 4 outfielders on the right side of the field. That's how often Bagel likes to go that way.
What I like about Mike, he's so unassuming, but he catches everything. He's always on base.
Also rocking the New Balance shoes. We got Adam Baxter up at the plate. This is a guy who
had a really good season last year.
He does. He's a little bit newer to the league. He's been working on his swing, working on his defense. Puts the ball in play. A pop fly out to Toto, a good friend of his from the neighborhood. Unfortunately, Bagel's not able to advance. Really not what you want to see there from Baxter.
Toto, junior Olympic cricket player.
I think it was Iran, 94 to 96. Little known fact, he actually is also classically trained in the fiddle in Ireland. Egyptian born, Toto is a man of many different traits.
Smart guy, man. Plays like 5 instruments, is a lawyer.
He's playing against Mike Fox, who happens to be in the same band as his. They're in an Irish band that plays around town in Glenview. You can see him at 1090 at Grandpa's. Our very first sponsor, big shout out to Makushla, who was our first sponsor. They play live music there all the time as well. If you get a chance and you happen to see Mad Irish being advertised around town, be sure to go out and check them out.
All right, B-Jax is due here. Satan's very patient at the plate. Took a walk, knows they need runs, stacking them up.
B-Jax is your doctor, right?
He is.
How old are you?
46.
So we got a big fly ball to right field. Unfortunately, Mike Fullen is there. That is the type of hit you want to see from B-Jax. Mike Bagel was able to tag up and advance over to third. Sean Rogstad, I have to call this out. He is very sneaky about standing really close to the base and blocking you from running home. He's one of those, to your point, he plays in 5 softball leagues. And he pulls little
He's a good
shady
player.
stuff like that where, you know, he's kind of like harassing the runners trying to run around the field.
I mean, he's like one of 5 guys that I don't really want to run into either.
Absolutely.
So if we have like made a list of guys I don't want to run into, Rogge would be in my top 5.
I agree, especially if your name is Zapoli. Brian Agner just hit a ground ball to second base. Oddly, I look over, and the second baseman is Jeff Duncan. We got Dave McGee at first base. They're rotating guys around the field. This is what I'm talking about. I do not, as a manager, like rotating players around defensive positions. Mike Fox puts one up in the air. Alex De La Rosa calls everybody off, makes the play. That's a huge way to get out of that inning and save a lot of runs that were on base, ready to score if that ball fell. We will be back after Rogstad's commercial break.
Okay, and we're back. Toto's up. Can put the ball anywhere he wants.
Anywhere he wants.
Including over the fence.
Has he hit a home run over the fence?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. You know how I know? Hit 2 off me.
Also very patient at the plate. He makes you throw a strike or two. He's one of those guys that's going to make us actually have to enforce a batter's box because he likes to run 5 feet outside of it. Base hit to center field. The outfield is playing pretty fair.
Safe.
Chris Sadens.
Great hustle.
Hustles over to the ball quickly, picks it up, throws it in, almost gets Toto out at the base. Tommy Wang made a great play to grab that ball and get the tag down. Unfortunately, he's called safe.
So you got Jeff Duncan up, and you were talking about he was at first and he was playing the second base. I played with Jeff 2 years in a row. I always had Jeff at third base.
Big swing and a miss.
He's good at any position, but I love him at first.
Well, especially if he's been playing there the entire season. Jeff Duncan, base hit to center field. Looking at maybe going to second. He does not go, but Toto does round third, makes it home, and scores. Getting some more runs back for the Age Against the Machine. Getting this game a little bit tighter. They're kind of just dinking and dunking right now.
Dave's got to find a gap here. Got to keep it out of the infield, not into a double play ball.
And he's shown the ability to do that. He also shows the ability to take walks, which again, at the back of that end of that lineup, you want those guys being able to do that. He puts the ball in play down the third base line. Unfortunately, Bob calls it foul. Bob, our home plate umpire. Johnny playing second base umpire for us. We got 2 umpires in this game, which is a luxury.
Johnny looks like a CIA
one.
agent right now. Little black hat.
Johnny's just glad he's not calling the game behind the plate, getting yelled at by everybody. McGee swings again, puts it down the third base line again. Keppel with the force out at second base. Tommy ready to take it.
Duncan with a shoulder-to-shoulder on Tommy.
Duncan, another one of those little sneaky guys that likes to stand in the base path for runners running around him.
Lang's been playing out of his shoes the last couple games. He's up again. Had some hard hit balls up the middle.
Lang had a huge stake in our coffin last game when he hit that big ball over our outfielder's head. Unfortunately, this time he swings through a ball that foul tips back into Baxter's glove. Baxter normally playing a second baseman. This regulator team is so deep defensively that they have Baxter at catcher.
I agree.
They made a big trade with our team where they traded Paul Simon, your brother-in-law, to us for Tommy Wang. It helped both teams. We needed an outfielder. They needed an infielder, and they got it. Second line drive to Nat for the out. That is the second time Nat has made a big out with a hard line drive up the middle.
Welcome to the in-game report brought to you by Sports Broadcast Solutions. Kyle Smith alongside Pete Lish. Want to ask Pete a couple of questions. Pete, you're still in the ball game, but not the start that you would have liked.
Yeah, that's.
Welcome to the in-game report brought to you by Sports Broadcast Solutions. Kyle Smith alongside Pete Lish. Want to ask Pete a couple of questions. Pete, you're still in the ball game, but not the start that you would have liked.
Yeah, that's right. But 4th inning, we got plenty of time here. Get some runs.
Is it reassuring they scored all those runs, not a single home run in that onslaught of runs in the first inning?
Yeah, it doesn't matter how they score them. We'll get them back. We'll get them via homers if we have to.
Real quickly, what have you worked on the cage to be in this situation to try to come back from a 7 or more run deficit?
I got a lot of work in the cage. I still got a lot coming. So
that's Pete Lish. We're taking a break. You're watching SBS.
Okay, we got in live field reporting from Kyle here.
Thanks, Brandon. I talked to a couple of coaches. First, Dan Marino. If you're wondering, he actually does root for the Miami Dolphins as he shares the name with the famous quarterback. But let's get back to baseball, of course. Going into this game, they followed the same formula the entire season coming into the semifinals. Timely offense, fantastic defense, and occasional power. The sexy thing, of course, is exit velocity, launch angle. They didn't teach that in the box and in the cages coming into this game. Just working on the line drives, keeping the weight back. They're very much a believer in old man softball. I talked to both Joe Watt and Pete Lish. They're doing their best to try to stay in it, and they're ignoring the play before it. It's not good to give up 6 runs in the first inning, of course, but you just got to ignore it, move on to the next out, move on to the next play. Brandon, back to you.
All right, thanks, Kyle. Well, I got an interesting observation. They pulled Duncan from first base, who's been at first base all year, and they put Dave, who's been a pretty steady right fielder. They're making a lot of defensive shifts that has kind of blown my mind because you play 8 games in one spot. Why mix it up during the playoffs? And we just saw an error because of it.
My theory is you want to put your tallest guy at first base unless he has no athleticism whatsoever. So if Dave's your tallest guy, then it might be a good bet to put him at first. But you bring up a good point, Brandon. Why hasn't he been getting reps at first base in previous game action throughout the season? Now, that being said, practice makes perfect, and perfect practice makes perfect. If he's working on first base from Wednesday through Monday, then that's fine, but he has to be consistently working at it. Being great is an always thing, not a sometimes.
It's a really interesting thing for me to move guys around and play new positions during the playoff game.
But if he played first base in high school and college, it's not like you forget how to play first base. But Brandon, it's a very good observation from you as we bring it back to Ryan, who is back on the air.
We got Joe Hoffer up to the plate. Joe's been playing softball for 20 years and at a high level.
Horrible managing. I'm calling it horrible managing. Why are you moving your infielders around? Jeff Duncan is on the bench right now.
Is he hurt?
No. Why would he be playing second if he's hurt? I think Roxette is just rotating guys around. This is the playoffs. This is not when you be a nice guy and rotate guys around. If you're rotating guys around, why don't you put Lish at shortstop? What's going on here? You cannot be doing this in a playoff game. Those are big errors that are made that are going to lead to runs,
especially
in a game that you're already losing. It's a rookie manager.
And then you got Nat up here.
I'll be interested to hear his reasons why. And you know what? He's a guy who cares. He's going to send us a text, a very long text as to why.
There's another one.
Big hit by Nat. He really is barreling the ball up this season. Fahey gives way to De La Rosa, who gets the ball in quickly. Nat is held to a single. But Hoffer makes his way from first to third.
Nat, who went from not an easy out, but a 300 hitter, you got to respect him when he comes up to the plate the last 2 seasons.
Unbelievable.
He's been hitting really well.
With his hitting and his pitching combination, probably should be a 5th-round slot as a manager next season. Bird.
Not 5th round.
Yeah.
No.
The way he hits, dude, he's like leading the league in triples now. I should be slotted 10th the way I hit.
But your pitching puts you at what? 7?
No, I was average this year.
Good luck.
Big pitch by DeMuzio. I've not seen him go that high with his pitches before.
Very good luck trying to get into a 10th slot.
Now with Jones on the board, picking my slot for me. Might be a first-rounder.
Little tomahawk.
All right, we got a double play here by DeMuzio's team. Bird hits to Casey. He takes the ball himself, throws it to first for the double play. That's what the age of Against the Machine needed. We'll be right back. Maybe Roxad's going to pop up as the commercial break.
What's the score?
And we're back here. We got Pete Lish coming up to the plate. Awesome guy to have on your team. Everybody, actually, he went high in the end round slotting here. Rogstad went out and got him because he's such a fun teammate to have on your team.
Hey, listen, it's 14-6. He's got to look for a walk or, at least bloop one over Jacover's head and get on base. It's hard. Nat isn't a guy that's just, he's going to give him strikes.
Yes. At the same time, make him, I wouldn't swing the bat if I was Pete until I had 2 strikes on me. Make him throw some strikes. Pete puts the ball in play, gets it over to Jacover, ran his butt off, almost had a single. Unfortunately, Brian Jacover is Nat Darnadier's shortstop, and that is just not good if you're a hitter. Kevin Casey steps to the box.
It looked like old men.
And we got a scenario where this offensive team for Age of Against the Machine really needs to get this ball in play and get some runs. You can't have this deep of a lineup and be stuck on, what is it, 4 runs? 6 runs? 5 runs?
Just did what I'm not supposed to do and tell Tommy to shift a little.
Did he listen to you?
No, but I love Tommy, and he's going to go right up the middle.
He is. If he doesn't walk.
Well, he's got a strike
Kevin
on him
Casey,
now.
a guy who leads the league in walks almost every year. Also is tops in the league in doubles. Hits the ball to right field, hustles out of the box, round is first. Unfortunately, Bagel gets the ball into second very quickly for Kevin to be held only to a single.
I just told him to move over. Kevin Casey's another one that he's a steady at the plate.
He really is.
Can you rank the top 3 shortstops for me off the top of your head?
Jacover, Casey, Ryder would be my ranking.
Then Jonesy.
I would actually probably put Jones ahead of Ryder. I would go Jacover, Casey,
Jones.
Jones, yeah. Alex DeRosa hits the ball out to the outfield. Sadens has played the position perfectly. Really played dead center on that. Got the out on De La Rosa, who's actually had not the best playoffs so far. Thankfully for him, he's got some guys that can pick him up, including his next batter, Sean Fahey.
If I'm Fahey, are you going to try to go out here? You see all that green in front of Fox there, try to put it there and let Folan do the rest?
This is hard. This is the spot where...
Is this where ego comes in?
Fahey thinks he needs to hit a home run to get his team jacked, and it would jack them. But that's how these teams dig themselves a hole, too. You start playing hero ball. Instead of just putting, to your point, a nice line drive to left field and pass the baton to Folan, who can also hit home runs.
And then Raggy.
Yeah. On the ground, Jacover playing it pretty deep, gets the force out at second base. Unfortunately, he's not able to keep that baton moving. And regulators get out of it again. Nat is getting some really good defense behind him. We'll talk about it a little bit later after this next commercial break.
Getting in a bike crash is painful. And to add insult to injury, insurance companies don't want to compensate you fairly for all you've been through. The attorneys at Keating Law Offices are national leaders in bike accident cases with a history of success. We're available for free legal consultations with no obligation. There are never any attorney's fees unless we win your case. Contact us anytime. We are here to help.
All right. And we're back. Bottom of the 5th. Still 14-6.
What? Oh, no. We've got a pretty big game here. And DeMuzio has got Bagel up at the plate. Bagel, who likes to go to right field, being shifted very hard by Toto. And Toto's playing him exactly where I'd want him to play if Toto was my rover. Now, Bagel did show an ability to go to left field earlier this game. Let's see if he does that again. The game is 14-6. DeMuzio really needs to shut the regulators down right here. He needs a 1-2-3, to be honest with you. He's got Bagel, Baxter, and I believe Bird coming up. If he can get a 1-2-3 here, that would be big, big news for him. Bagel goes to the right, just like he likes to do. Langauger unable to corral that ball, and Bagel ends up on first base.
They needed that.
They really did need that. I'm just happy it's the normal second baseman that made that mistake.
Lang has been so solid at second this year. He just misplayed that.
It's a hard position to play.
Oh, yeah.
You got to slide over and shift, try to make that play.
Oh, he wanted
Baxter had a ball he looked like he wanted to swing at. Thankfully, he did not. That was not going to be a good ball to swing at. Let's see if DeMuzio can get a strike in there on him. Baxter is actually a very patient batter at the plate. He is comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. He steps up, pops the infield fly. Casey makes the play.
Duncan
Bagel
with another
stays up
slide tackle there.
I'm telling you, Duncan and Rogstad, we can actually go at them hard on this because if they lose this game, they're never going to watch this podcast.
They play like defensive ends.
Dude, they stand in the running lane. It's shady ball. Shady ball.
I want him on my team.
Of course. Chris Sadens, line drive
He's so good.
to the outfield again. Rounds first, ends up taking second on the throw. The ball comes into third base. I believe they called Bagel out for trying to advance to third. There was a collision between Rogstad and Bagel. Bagel went down hard onto his back. Rogstad looks like he's in
he
pain.
hit his collarbone.
He almost got lifted up over him. Bagel is, in fact, out.
Jones is out on the field with a yellow card.
Jones has a yellow card. I definitely agree with that call. Yellow card worthy for sure.
Unbelievable throw. Can we talk about that throw from Fahey?
That was a very, very good throw.
That's what I'm talking about with Fahey, dude. He's got a cannon.
He did get the out at third base. As a manager, here's Shakover up the middle to Casey, who cannot corral it. He blocks the ball and saves a run by being able to stop that ball. Brian Shakover with an infield single. As a manager, as I was saying, I like it. I like telling Fahey to throw to second and keep that runner at first. But when you get guys on your team like that who do have an arm like that,
Egner's like Wolverine, man. He blew his knee out, had surgery, missed a bunch of games, came back, lost his spot at shortstop, right?
Yeah.
To Jacover.
He was
comes
one of the
back
best shortstops.
And just has been hammering the ball. And again.
Wow. Fly ball to left field. Fahey goes back, tries to make a leaping grab. He's unable to. Fahey flings the ball into third and holds Egner to a double. Now that was a strong throw.
Oh my God.
That's a
Holtzish.
That is I might consider drafting that guy kind of a throw as a manager. That was amazing.
I'm drafting him before you are.
We will see about that. To my point, though, those balls against the fence are hard to make. Mike Fox is up. He hit a home run earlier in the game. Let's see if he can put the bat on the ball and hit another one over the fence. Throw it over to you, Kyle, for an in-game report.
You know, I talked to Emil Tatanchi. Things are not going the way that Age Against the Machine wanted. But when I talked to him about it, coming into this game, they like to keep it hot. And by that they mean in the box, in the batting cages, consistency and confidence. The more that they can do in terms of getting line drives in the box, it creates confidence and keep it hot so they have that confidence and hot mindset going into their next plate appearance. They said they have the best outfield in the league, and they like to communicate with each other in practice with their middle infielders. When I talked to Jeff Buchanan from Regulators, they like to make everything short-handed, meaning they don't like to make overthrows at first base. A single, a double, no overthrows to make to allow base runners to extend to the next base. They like to try to scout the other team. I asked them the question, well, why don't you just put all the outfielders in left field, because it's the league of very ordinary gentlemen. According to Buchanan, in terms of hitting the ball to the opposite field, it's not the league of very ordinary gentlemen. There are guys that can rake, and there are guys that can hit dingers to right field as a right-hand hitter, and vice versa for a left-handed hitter.
Very wise words from a drafted sub who's never played a regular game. But he's watched enough to know all those excellent points. Hopefully the next in-game report, you can go ask Sean Rogstad why he benched Duncan in the 5th inning. I think that will get elicit a really great response.
Final thing, when I asked, I've been wondering the name for regulators. It's because of Warren G and Nate Dogg. And I have never heard of Warren G before, so I was like, you mean Warren G Harding? No, it was a rapper called Warren G. I kind of blew that one out of the water, but back to you, Ryan.
All right. Well, we blew right through that commercial break, so we're going to let Mike Foley just step into the box right now and launch one over the fence. I'm calling my shot right here. I think he's going to put a charge in here. If he was big pop fly. Oh, Adam Baxter, friend-on-friend action. Dude, right there. Makes the play.
That is what's so great about Nat's team, is having where Baxter should have won a Golden Glove at second base. He's your catcher. You said it 2 innings ago.
Yeah.
A lot of catchers in our league, they're catchers because they can't play any other position, right? That was an awesome play.
We try to be the league of ordinary gentlemen. We want guys who did not play college ball. We want guys that are going to drop pop flies. We want the neighbor. We want you to invite your neighbor to come play who doesn't talk baseball. We want the regular Joes. And Baxter brings that element. Sean Rogstad, for the Age Against Machine, steps up to the plate and puts a charge into his team, hits a home run over the fence, and does what the rest of his team needs to start doing and start taking this game seriously, because if they don't start scoring some runs now, they're never going to claw their way back.
That's the big problem with that little pop-up, because normally Fulham would be on base.
I called a home run for him. I thought he'd be hitting a home run there. I thought at the very least he's hitting a line drive to the outfield, getting on base for Rogstad, who hits a home run.
Well, listen, the way I look at it is you're starting from scratch here. Toto would be a leadoff on any team.
Very true. And Duncan is a slugger. I'd like to see a little action here where Toto gets on first or second and Jeff steps to the plate and hits a home run. I think if Toto ends up on first, Duncan swings for the fences. I think if Toto ends up on second, I think Duncan does a hard line drive to try to score the run.
I always want Jeff Duncan on my team.
Plays multiple positions in the infield. Always a smile on his face.
And if it ever broke out into a fight, you need Jeff Duncan.
For sure.
He's probably got a knife under his shirt.
Toto with a base hit up the middle on the ground. He ends up on first base. Let's see what Duncan does here. Duncan's another one of these players that likes to run from the back of the fence up to the plate when he swings. Another guy we really got to start maybe enforcing a batter's box on.
You think the board will put that into the rules to actually have a batter's box?
I don't know. It's hard because we don't get one painted for us by the Park District.
I don't like a batter's box.
That's because you like to hit the ball 5 feet in front of the plate.
Mm-hmm.
It's good for a 380 average.
450.
450 this year? Average? I don't know about that.
Let's pull the stat sheets out.
Duncan steps into the ball, blitzes it up the middle, right to Jacover for the force out at second. They try to turn Tuber, unable to. Duncan will be on first base for Dave McGee, who steps to the plate with his hat turned backwards, batting gloves on, all 6 feet 4 inches of him, ready to keep this lineup moving.
290. Oh, no, wait, that's you. I'm 424.
Listen, man, when I'm pitching, I'm focused on pitching and not hitting. Dave McGee puts the ball on the ground. Keppel is unable to make the play.
B-Jack saves.
He wanted that. Hoffer held him. He told him to eat it.
I think it was a smart play.
Yeah.
We got Chris Langauer coming up. What song is playing? Chris goes as the music goes. Oh, yeah, this is a jam. Let's see what Chris ends up doing with it. Ooh.
Back.
Takes a second
Back of the
strike.
plate. Come on, Chrissy.
I think Sadens is backing up now. He's smart. He knows Chris has a little pop in him. We got burned by Chris on that same play last week.
Good eye.
Oh.
Whoa. Who shot Jeff? Who shot it? Is there a sniper?
In the tree shoots
There's
Jeff.
a sniper in the tree.
Chris puts the ball in play up the middle. Jacober makes a wonderful play.
Oh, what a play.
For the force out at second base. An amazing play up the middle to rob the Regulators of extra bases and runs. This team just cannot seem to get a strong ball in play consistently from batter to batter. That deep lineup is being shut down by Nat and his Regulator defense. We're going to kick it over to some commercials while we eat hot dogs. See you soon.
Not everyone gets to have their dream job, myself included. Yeah, some people are brewing delicious beer and serving fine food, like these group of guys in Glenview, who are basically living my best life. We're at 1090 Brewing. Gotta get out this nightmare. Brian, are you trying to play down the glamorous lifestyle of running and owning your own brewery by saying you're the night cleanup boy?
No, I'm actually telling the truth.
You're telling the truth?
We're just putting out fires and cleaning up messes, and that's how it works around here.
You are destroying the myth of all these home brewers sat there like, people love my beer, I'm gonna do this full-time, start my own brewery right now.
They have fantastic beers.
They know what they're doing.
There's character to them.
Every beer tastes unique.
You know, we've always thought about flavor profiles in the food, and then we design it.
And we're back. We got Matt Tamuzio pitching against Keppel.
Who's had a hell of a season.
Did Keppel hit a home run tonight?
Yeah. Isn't Keppel playing third this year?
Yeah. He's got a strong arm. He played it okay left field. Better than I thought he would. Played a really good third this year. Takes a walk here to get on base. Easy to take those walks when you're up 10 runs, you know?
You know, the one thing you have on all the other guys is you score these games. I personally don't sit and watch a full game like this. I'm really getting a sense of what some of these guys are capable of, too.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. It is crazy. Tommy Wang with a line drive out to the outfield in the gap. Oh, Fahey's unable to corral it. De La Rosa gets the ball in pretty quickly. He does hold Mike Fox at third base, thankfully. Tommy runs into second. We like to call Tommy Two-Bag Tommy. Tommy Two Bags. He used to be called Tommy Triples. He's getting a little bit older now. Now he's kind of downshifted to Two-Bag Tommy.
When you look at this outfield, though, Toto's right. Three of those guys in the outfield all have cannons, man.
Yeah. Hoffer puts the ball in play after diving Duncan. Fullen throws the ball in from right field. Wang has to stop at third base. Joe gets on first. The Regulators just keep on hitting. I feel like the difference with these infield hits is the Regulators' infield hits are much harder and a lot of times to the right side.
I got underneath that.
Nat going for his triple again. This time the defense is not fooled. They're playing deep enough. But nevertheless, he's still got a sac fly. Tommy scores. The pitcher helps his own cause.
getting the ball to the outfield.
After batting against Folan a whole game, would you consider a change at some point?
What?
Having Folan come in and pitch a little bit to cool it down?
No, the problem is DeMuzio then has to go to the position, right? So I wouldn't say DeMuzio's pitching all that bad. He's getting a lot of grounders.
He's pitching great.
But the problem is what? So DeMuzio's going to have to go to second. Lang's going to have to go to right field. Now Folan comes in and pitches. That takes that strong arm from the outfield out of the play. But to your point, if they keep scoring runs, maybe you make a change and see what happens. The problem isn't really them giving up runs right now. It's the fact that they can't score their own runs. It's the same as the last game. The Rough Riders lost that game because they didn't score runs, not because they gave up, the amount of runs that they gave up.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, Bagel. Let's see what he ends up doing here. I think he needs to try to do a line drive up the middle. He is going to go to left field. He pulled the ball again. Gets a base hit and keeps that ball moving. Gets on base again, turning into one of those guys that can hit it anywhere. No way Toto goes to right field next time Bagel is up. Adam Baxter steps to the plate with runners at first and second. This is a big, big out here. He puts the ball at play. DeMuzio gets it. They get the out at second. They hold the leadoff guy, Chris Sadens, on the on-deck circle. They are unable to score. That was a big, big out for Age Against the Machine. We'll be back.
My name is April Doremus. I am the owner of Blended Health and Smoothie Bar in Glenview and Evanston. In 2019, I got downsized from my company, so I thought it would be fun if I did a concept and did like a smoothie bar by day and a bar by night. As a first-time entrepreneur, though, that seemed like a lot to take on. So my daughter was 13. She liked smoothies and acai bowls. So I decided just to start smaller and open a smoothie bar. My reaction when my mom first opened Blended was probably, I was a little in shock. I wasn't really sure of what she was going to do. It was kind of a new start for our family. She had been working from home for a while, and I thought it was a good chance for her to get out of the house because I had never really had like a stay-at-home mom before. Opening Blended was an interesting process, and my favorite thing to say along the way was, you don't know what you don't know. So I announced to my family and friends that I was going to be
Brandon Robertson, who has to eat his peanut butter and jelly sandwich because he looks like a He-Man action figure these days with how many weights he has to lift. He's got to keep eating all his carbs. We're going to kick it over to Kyle for an in-game report.
You asked me to talk to Sean Rogstad about what happened at third base.
I'm surprised you're still alive.
He's good to go. And in a game like this, winner advance, loser, all you get is orange slices and juice boxes. He's ready to go and do whatever he can for his team. You play third base, easy ground ball, the pitcher for the out. But he's ready to go. He feels just fine. And even if he didn't feel fine, he'd still feel fine because it's a do-or-die elimination game. When I talked to him, I asked him about taking walks on the field and when you do it, when not, because if you do it, the other team can do it just as well. He said you got to be very patient because you start on an 0-1 count. That's 4 straight balls. You only get 1 foul ball, only 1 pitch that hits the mat. You got to do it at certain times of the game. And when you get them, take them because the other team's going to do it too. Try to do it early on in the game because if you wait, whoever has last ups in that bottom of the 9th, the home team's definitely going to do it to try to get that win.
Yeah, I mean, as a pitcher, it's really hard. I like to try to be patient at the plate, but as a pitcher, if I take a walk, the other team really notices it, gets pissed, and they start walking against me. And as a pitcher, you hate when guys take walks. It's slow pitch softball. You want guys swinging the bat. It's hard to find that strike zone. As Kevin Casey, who leads the league in walks every year, he's probably got double-digit lead on total career walks over the second-place guy in the league. But that's what makes him good, because he makes guys throw him pitches. They start flattening the ball out. He ends up hitting a double, and that's why he's such a good hitter. Alex De La Rosa, the big fly ball to right field. Bagel's watching it. Sages is watching it. The ball goes over the fence. We got little kids out there grabbing it, having a good time. They throw it back over. Alex De La Rosa trots in, and Kevin Casey scores on that home run as well. Age maybe putting something together here.
Well, you know what? It ain't over till it's over. And Alex De La Rosa, he played at least 2 years at USC, confirmed by Emil Tatanchi. So on that swing right there, that was definitely a D1 exit velo launch angle type of swing.
I would have to agree with you on that one. We got Sean Fahey up to the plate now. Nat Darnadier gives him a pretty good pitch. Fahey lines it to left field. He tries to turn first. But Mike Fox, with one of the strongest arms in the outfield in all of LVOG, out of 108 guys, he is top 5 for arms in the outfield, in my opinion. I think it's Holtz, Fahey, Fox, in no particular order. There's a couple other guys out here that have that kind of arm. Folan with the ball in play, a hard, strong ground ball to the right side. He pulled the ball. Bagel throws over to second to try and get the runner who is advancing to third. He's unable to. That run scores. Folan on the throw takes second. They tried to get the ball back over there. They thought they had the out. Johnny, the umpire, gave him a safe call. And Age has something working here. Let's see if Rogstad can put another one over the fence.
So we should have 17-9 here. 17-10 now. That's a fly ball to left.
Rogstad puts it in the air. Let's see if it's enough. Fox with a huge, huge grab at the fence. An incredibly hard play to make. That is a play that I do not give anybody errors on. That is a really, really good play, and Fox comes down with it, really cementing his ability to play left field. What a play to take a huge, huge extra base hit away from Sean Rogstad.
Well, what a fantastic play in left, and we'll talk about the route to the ball. Did he take the best route? Could he have done better? We'll talk about that after this.
My name is April Doremus. I am the owner of Blended Health and Smoothie Bar in Glenview and Evanston. In 2019, I got downsized from my company, so I thought it would be fun if I did a concept and did like a smoothie bar by day and a bar by night. As a first-time entrepreneur, though, that seemed like a lot to take on. So my daughter was 13, she liked smoothies and acai bowls, so I decided just to start smaller and open a smoothie bar.
My reaction when my mom first opened Blended was probably, I was a little in shock. I wasn't really sure of what she was going to do. It was kind of a new start for our family. She had been working from home for a while, and I thought it was a good chance for her to get out of the house because I had never really had like a stay-at-home mom before.
Opening Blended was an interesting process, and my favorite thing to say along the way was, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah, we got to go, dude.
So I announced to my family
and we're
and friends
back.
that I
Chris
was gonna be
Davis hits a
doing
long fly ball into left field. Talking about great left fielders, Sean Fahey is there to make the play. There was a championship game a few seasons ago where I made the last out with a ball into the foul territory. Fahey with a diving play on it. The whole team went crazy. DeMuzio was actually his pitcher at the time and manager. Fireworks were going off in the outfield. I'm just stuck standing at home plate as the last out. But I couldn't do anything but help but smile at how awesome the moment was. I have so many friends out here. That's what's great about our league. We're all friends and neighbors. And so for me to see all my friends in the opposing team jumping around and being happy about winning their first championship, I couldn't help but smile and be happy for them.
You know, I wanted to talk about that fly ball in left field. It was a great play by Mike Fox. But in this league, you know, you're called the very ordinary gentleman, like that play right there. Hit your cutoff at second base, don't go to first. Okay, let's talk about the fly ball left field. It was a nice play by Fox. But for him to be an even better left fielder,
father
Get
got
to the
divorced
warning
when he
track
was 3,
first.
and
Catch
I remarried
and then hit the
my
fence.
second husband,
Don't make the catch
Ryan,
as
when
you're hitting the
Andrea
fence.
was
The
8,
chance of a drop, the
and that
probability
came
of a drop,
along with,
a lot higher. Catch
stepson as
and then hit
well.
the fence.
You know, you
So
called
we have been a
Schlossberg
blended
out on
family
plays
for
like that in
almost
a
9
particular
years,
game
and
recently.
in our
Yeah, the
household,
championship.
You thought he needed to be
we really don't
replaced. You think
speak
Fox
in
should be
terms of
replaced in left
step
field?
No,
or
but
anything other
now
than
that game with
just our
Schlossberg
family
and
as
DeWeert
one.
both made 2
So
errors
when I
each.
decided to open blended,
And a
lot of
championship
people
game
just
is different than a
assume that has something
semifinal.
to do with the blender, since
But
that
what you're
makes
saying
a
is
lot
Mike
of
Fox is
menu
on thin
items,
ice out
but
there.
really, to us, it's more about
I'm just
the
saying this is the
family
very
and the
ordinary gentleman,
atmosphere,
right? You can
and really
always
just
improve.
building
This
an
isn't the league of
environment where
extraordinary
everybody that comes
gentlemen,
in
although it
feels
couldn't be
like
called that
family
because you'd be
and
sued for
feels welcome.
copyright by Fox, 20th
Our
Century
work
Fox. But
environment is
yeah,
very
you can
fun
always
and
improve on
playful.
this.
We all
Yeah,
joke around
absolutely.
with each other like all the
And
time.
we're going to get the play, the call back to Brandon Robertson here.
It's important that all of my staff feel
We've
like
got
family
the
and all of my
Demuzio
customers
pitching to Mr. Mike Fox, who Kyle thought was playing a pretty average, ordinary left field. I wouldn't agree with that. Fox does pop the ball up. De La Rosa makes the play. They get out of the inning very quickly. And we got Age coming up, looking to score a few more runs here. At this next commercial break, we'll tell you more.
Talk to regulators. Birdman, he's a guy of very few words. They're up 18-10. You think he'd be really excited? Nope, it's business as usual. It's a nail biter. They're up by 8 runs. And in this league, 8 runs is still a nail biter, and especially to Birdman. And he also goes by the nickname Paley. Back to you, Brandon.
All right, thanks, Kyle. So we got two-bag Tommy up to bat. Going to look for a double here.
Chris Langauger, the music man, was certainly hoping their team would be in a better position when this song came on. This is his type of music. Unfortunately, they're down 8 runs, and it's kind of put the team in a ho-hum kind of somber mood here. It's not having the same effect that you might want. Tommy hits the ball out to left with a huge fly. Sends it over the fence. Two-bag Tommy, no more. Tommy triples no more. He's a 4-bagger. Trotting home like a professional here. Getting the high fives. He's got the visor on. Love to see old Tommy Wang hitting the ball over the fence in a playoff game.
He had a home run last week, too.
This is what I'm talking about, man. Like, we're friends with Tommy. We're friends with DeMuzio.
Yeah.
You love to see your friends smiling and having fun. You feel bad for DeMuzio getting a home run hit off them and they're losing, but it's so fun to look at the other dugout and see all your friends over there having big hits too.
Yep.
Johnny looks bored over umpiring second base.
Yeah.
Joe Hoffer steps to the plate. Nobody on base.
Yeah, it was Koppel, and he had a pitch runner, Mike Fox.
DeMuzio.
He's got that interesting throw, and then he trots back 5 feet.
He's actually trying to throw it higher. He's jumping and throwing it higher than he normally does. He's changing his approach based on the fact that he's getting knocked around a little bit, here. Joe's going to step into this one, send the ball to the outfield. You've got Fahey running in for the play. He makes the catch. And now let's see what the outfield does with Nat, Triples, Darnadier stepping to the plate. They're playing him back now. It's so funny. All season, everybody would play him in. He'd hit it over their head. They're finally learned their lesson, and they're playing him back. Toto's still playing the rover spot, kind of middle. Nat watches the ball come in. 1-1 count.
Hey, guys, be careful right there, okay? Just come over a little bit right here.
He puts the barrel on the ball. Unfortunately, it's a grounder over to DeMuzio. He gets the out at first base. And we got Bird stepping into the box. 2 out. Bird being the ultimate cooler man he is, as I walked by to go get another hot dog, offered me an old style. Such a nice guy.
We got a group of young fans behind us.
Yep.
DeMuzio,
a Holtz here. A couple other.
Jackson, Holtz.
Schlossberg.
Let's go. We got them all. Lang.
Unfortunately, that is not a strike. Bird is really making DeMuzio work for it now. DeMuzio concentrating, putting all he can into willing this ball to be a strike, and he ends up walking Bird. There's no worse feeling as a pitcher than when you end up walking the last place guys who you know are not going to swing at your ball. All you're trying to do is hit that plate, and you can't do it.
At this point, you really want to get Bagel to ground out to short for a double play. It's unlikely, though, the way that Mike hits the ball.
I mean, there might be 2 out anyway, but you do need that force play. Bagel is prone to put the ball on the ground to the right side. There it is, right there. Let's go, DeMuzio. He gets the ball, throws it to first, gets the out, and that's the end of the inning. I'm going to draft Bagel and just make him hit to left field every single time.
My name is Megan Welch, and we are at Macushla Brewing Company. And the name Macushla is a Gaelic term of endearment. It means my love or my darling. The literal meaning is my pulse, but my husband always says he named it after our daughter Grace. We wanted a name with meaning behind it, and so it meant something to us. We started the whole process probably about 3 or 4 years ago now. It was a passion of my husband's, kind of a dream of his. He was a trader.
Hey, this is Jackson.
We got the little fans here adding a little commentary, color commentary to the broadcast.
Yeah, this is what it's about. This is what our league is all about. I remember growing up as a kid and going to watch my dad's softball games and staying up late past bedtime and just living life, man. This is what it's all about. The kids are having a good time.
This is community. This is what we're here to do, is to give these kids a safe, fun environment where they feel comfortable to run around and have fun and enjoy and see all of us adults playing together.
They're making new friends. I don't see a single kid on an iPad either.
No.
You know?
So we got Nat pitching now against Mr. Matt DeMuzio. We got DeMuzio's son here. How often would you say that your dad practices in the backyard? 2 times a week? Puts the ball in play, a little pop fly over to short left field. The shortstop, Brian Jacover, makes the play and gets him out. Well, we're having a fun time calling this game, Brandon.
Absolutely.
We're keeping it about as clean as we possibly can keep it.
That's why I've been very, very quiet.
Almost like a different person.
It's like acting.
I know.
Well, you call a great game.
Here's Lish.
So here's the deal. Lish is up. Not a big hitter, but he does find these little bloopy gaps, and there's one right there.
Big gap.
He played it perfect.
Your boyfriend, Brian Agner, makes the play, though. That's that. I was going to say, who are you going to take? Him or Jacover? That's what you do. You take all the shortstops.
It's a solid move.
Yeah.
If you had B-Jax, Casey, and Agner,
you could get them. Would you go 1, 2, 3 with them? Because you could get those guys 1, 2, 3.
But who would you go 1 with? No, I would take a slugger in the first round.
But you can't get those 3 then.
Nah, I'd have to get like a full.
You're the 9th pick. 9, 10. You go B-Jax, Casey, and then try to get Agner in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
It'd be into 3rd.
No, he would go early because once you take those shorts, everyone will be.
Casey trying to hit the ball to right. Really not thinking about these children's safety over here. I think it's worthy of a yellow card myself.
And that's it.
And that's the end of the game. A little anticlimactic, but you know what? The regulators just put up the runs, held that really deep lineup for Age down.
Great defense.
Really great defense. Did not make odd pirouetting errors in the outfield. Weren't trying to throw home to get guys and have the ball rattle around. We saw some odd defensive choices for the Age Against the Machines manager to make. I'm still very interested to find out why he was moving Duncan to second, McGee to first, rotating guys around who didn't play those positions.
I'm really happy Nat won. I would have been happy for Rog too. I like rookie managers getting to the championship. It's really cool.
Yep. So the championship is going to be the Regulators versus Sons of Pitches.
Who do you like?
I'm not going to lie. I like Noche. I think Noche
That's the
is
team
the
to
best
beat.
pitcher. I think they have the offense to compete.
You get Ryan Montez back.
There's not much you can. If you have the best defense, that's great. But if the guys are hitting the ball over the fence or hitting it off of the fence, not much your defense can do about it. And guys like Trent, guys like Aiden, Montez, Bo, that's what they do.
That's a scary lineup.
It is a scary lineup.
Well, it's been fun.
You too, man.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Sean Rugstead, Caldwell Banker Realty. I'm out of the Glenview, Illinois office. I left Caldwell Banker a time of transition, thinking that the grass was greener on the other side. I was gone for 2 years and I realized right away I had made a mistake. I love the culture of Caldwell Banker. It's built around the agents. That's something that I felt I was missing before. They promote success by everybody working together. Everybody can network. Everything about the company is the best.
Isn't that putting the cart before the horse? Yep. You're not supposed to do that.
Nowadays, you have to, especially in the housing market, where you need to get a mortgage before you find the house. That's why with the Get Committed program from Compass Mortgage, you'll have a fully underwritten loan commitment that stands out even amongst cash offers. Not to mention, once you find the perfect home, you could close in as little as 15 days. Hey, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
You're pretty big on horse metaphors, huh?
Nay.